Okay, now we're live everywhere. All right. I gotta unpause this. I gotta. I get you a VR headset so you can properly play VR chat. Because like honestly, a Quest 2 or like a Quest 3 isn't too expensive, but like you need the space for it. Um, and you like you could add like some voice suppressors just in case, but I think that because honestly, the audio on its ass. I'll tell you that. But aside from that, all right, subathon unpause. Hello, everyone. Welcome in.
Salutations. Good to be here.
Yeah. So I was getting to that Galaxy. All right. So hello, everyone. We're joined by Galaxy. We decided to do a bit of a chill stream. Galaxy, for people who don't know who you are, which they probably do, but go ahead. You can introduce yourself. Say who you are.
Hello, everybody. My name is GalaxyKnight, or Galaxy for short. I'm the owner of Nightmare Universe Prime, the voice actor of Provision, and the voice actor of Exeter Prime, among many other characters and
Yeah, be like, you're listening to
things.
them all, bro. We'll be here for a while. I mean,
I'm not going to list everything. I do a lot of things. But yeah, I'm the Nightmare Universe Prime guy. I've co-hosted a few videos with Dunn, and I've been on stream a few times. We're good friends. It's nice to be here. Hope everyone's doing well tonight.
yeah, I was kind of an asshole because I pulled him out of retirement. I was like, he was in the home and everything, and I went, "All right, pal, let's get back to it." Like, oh,
Oh,
please.
good you! I was just about to get a new cane today.
That's funny because I'm older than you. Um. Oh yeah, all right. I'm gonna pull up some chill music here. We'll just be yapping. All right. Already got comments about your voice. Congratulations, Galaxy.
Nah, it's not as bad as it usually is.
I hope not. If it gets too heinous, guys, you start saying some crazy shit. I'm gonna have to kill you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, dude, I got the Lucian theme song that you made. That's a good one. It's a good for the just chatting.
Honestly, that's one of the reasons I made it. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, you knew I'd be using this in videos. You did a good job. Dude, I was gonna ask, but you're already working on so much stuff, but like I could always use like I don't know how to describe it. I'm gonna send you an example. At some point you can listen to it, but it's like a mysterious kind of vibe.
Like suspenseful music, kind of.
Think like sad, mysterious, the kind of thing that you find in like an ARG maybe, or.
Oh
all right. Anyway, I'll bring it up later, but it would be an interesting commission because I could use it for videos. I already use this. All right.
Usually short tunes like that are pretty easy to put together, honestly.
Yeah, plus I could use it for the future for other things too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so if you guys don't know, Nightmare Universe Prime is pretty cool, and that's what I gotta say about it. We both voice he was nice enough to give me an opportunity to voice Sonic in it. So if you guys were like, "Oh, Donkachi, you should voice Sonic in something," well, I'll be voicing it in the comic, and then he voices Exeter. But I only voiced normal Sonic, not Soul Sonic. That's a different character, you'll come to find out. So I thought the thumbnail was pretty fitting. Oh, did I not?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, there we go. Oh yeah. Ooh, you got people trying to. Yeah, I got people trying to hunt the ARG.
I have no idea where people are with that, but hoping people are making it somewhere.
Guys,
I mean,
let
it's very
me.
hellish.
Yeah, I would ask, but I have to solve it at some point, and I want to look into it. But like, how far do you think you are?
I think that's Divvy. Yeah, Divvy, how far did you guys get?
Yeah. Yeah, the 3D animation for Sark. God, if Galaxy had some better freaking software, that'd be looking so smooth.
Got my laptop.
Yeah, y'all gotta think like, Galaxy's operating on like a laptop that doesn't have a dedicated
Integrated graphics.
Yeah. So, like, it was dying. Which is why like some parts were laggy, but I'm so impressed by the fact that it turned out the way that it did.
As if you ever see my process of just animating things. Like, it's just like you'd wonder how I pull it off. Like, it's so slow and stuttery. I'm literally looking at it frame by frame. On one hand, it helps me be accurate because I'm probably going to make it frame by frame anyways, but on the other hand, I can't animate it any faster.
Yeah, right. Because
Not
like
to be too
you wouldn't
spoilery.
miss anything, you know.
Mhm.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. Stupid. Got it. What are we talking about? What do you do? What?
Wow.
If you had a sandwich and put turkey in it, and then put cheese and lettuce on it, would you eat it?
Depends on where the turkey was sourced from. Can't eat all meat.
We to unpack that, or
No, it's just a cultural thing.
I didn't know that. Hello, welcome in. Evil soul. Oh yeah, childhood is past. My goat. Yeah, childhood is past. Also.
Childhood's a great character, yeah. I think I mentioned that before. At VariaVex, we had some kind of character, either reminiscent of, or quite literally, just childhood is past species, but in any prime.
How? The thing is that childhood as past can already exist if somebody is feeling nostalgic. Like, is that technically you could write him into any situation.
Exactly, it's very versatile already.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's. Oh yeah, speaking of, I actually got a word from AR. He's working on his next. He said he's pretty close to finishing it, because he has like a whole collection. Like he's making his whole like own universe, where it's like adapting into like different kinds. In the art of this, oh my god, yeah, it's sick, but.
Excel there.
Okay.
Yeah, exists.
Yeah, it still exists, but I mean, they isn't relevant. I mean, yeah, I guess. Guess we don't really talk about him much.
It's just crazy to think that after all so many years of Nightmare Universe and Spirits of Hills split, that there's an official version of NU with an officially approved version of Accelerant after all this time.
Yeah, I think that is. I mean, we couldn't let him in the past. You know, we couldn't let him stay in the past. At least I won't have to play the game again.
Oh my god!
Kill myself in Minecraft.
Yeah, totally. No
No.
games.
Oh yeah, before you, I was actually playing Pokemon. I was doing a randomized Nuzlocke. You know what that is?
No money.
Yeah, it was something, wasn't it, Chad?
I've seen Nuzlocke before. I believe a Nuzlocke is when you lose a Pokemon. Like it's gone. That slot is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think I did a Monster Hunter Stories in Nuzlocke once. Oh my god.
You can.
So fucking.
How does that work?
Same way. You lose like a monster faints. You can't use that slot anymore. And you can't
Oh, okay.
You're the same 6-party system as Pokemon and Monster Hunter Stories.
Huh. I guess that would make sense that they would adapt that. Yeah. Make it. No, Provision never gets content. He'll never get content. You'll never see anything released for Provision.
Yeah.
It's never happening. I'll never make a video.
Oh, he's extinct.
Yeah.
If
Only Sark and Exeter.
Exeter Prime and Sonic are sharing a body instead of Exeter just taking over. How will Junter Prime even exist? Well, I mean, in the original, Exeter was possessing Sonic too. It's not something that changed. But, Junter, I'm not revealing how Junter comes to be in a new Prime because he's important to a later chapter. So I'm not really going to talk about that too much.
I will. So basically what ends up happening and how it works is... I'm leaking this shit. Ask me anything, chat. You can ask him anything, but you could also ask me anything and I'll leak it. So if he says that he can't talk about it, I'll leak it.
Oh my god.
Which isn't untrue.
Yeah.
But no, yes, I will make a video on Provision at some point. I'm just waiting. I'm lying in wait. I still have to probably redo some stuff.
Well, I know you wanted to one time. You wanted to talk about what makes a good EXE. That's one thing for sure.
Oh, dude, I would have made that the top. Why didn't you say that earlier, bro? That would have been amazing clickbait. What the hell?
Yeah. Well, you could just you could change. I mean, to be fair, you have Sark in the title. It's pretty clickbait as it is.
I don't know about that, man. You would be wrong to think because something went off because I'm checking my views on these shorts, man, and they're low for what it is. I even did something a little devious. YouTube is just not caring about him at all.
Surprising, honestly.
It's you know why. Come on. Let's not play. All right.
My goodness.
But
interesting to say the least. Maybe you got promoted on the more heinous places more.
I just gotta slander or make it look like I'm mindlessly slandering, and then that tends to work.
Who's the bad ending? Who's the bad ending still? The canon ending in Prime. The ending isn't really bad per se. I would say it's more of a. I'd say it's more of a good ending. No, it takes after the good endings. And there are no multiple endings. There's only one. Does Exeter hate killing immortals? In the original, I don't think he ever enjoyed killing immortals either, but in Prime, he definitely doesn't. He mostly killed out of necessity or out of anger at most. His emotions were very unstable because he was younger during the start of the story. Why was emptiness inside of me a banger? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe you're crazy. I think you're
Okay,
crazy.
all right, pal. I mean, it's definitely a banger. Let's be so real here, guys. You haven't heard emptiness inside of me. You know what to do. All right. It's a really good song, and he made it in like 2 hours. So
Yeah, at 3 a.m. Exactly 3 a.m. 2 hours. That's all it took.
yeah.
There wasn't a plan for it either. I genuinely just woke up at 3 a.m. I was like, it's a weird time to be up. I just feel like composing something out of boredom, and I genuinely just made that song on the spot. And everybody liked it so much, Anton wanted to sing it over, and I was like, I don't know what you guys are on about, but sure.
No, listen, he's being humble. Bro's like, man, I cooked with this. Oh my god. He was listening to it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? This is it.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's just really good.
Sinister Serenade. Sinister Serenade is aged as hell.
Oh yeah, man. I tend to forget about Sinister Serenade, honestly.
The FNF storyline in general it's kind of there.
Kind of a shame. I feel like as an FNF mod, it was really good. Like I was hoping it'd be released, but who knows?
Does Sark ever get out of prison after killing everybody on Mobius?
No. He's actually stuck there for the rest of the arc, and we don't see him anymore.
He's gone, banished eternally.
Negligent Pride will just like turn up every once in a while and be like, "Ha ha, you're in jail, bitch! Man, it sucks to be you."
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Xavier gave me a treat.
Oh my goodness.
Bros. Yeah, no, he just haunts him.
No, but in reality, so talking real, he does get out of prison. Not like he doesn't get freed. He's put on like parole, sort of. He's under watch. Xavier puts him through some kind of psychological exposure therapy. So what he does, he forces Sark to live a mortal life with, under the watch of a few guards. And from there, he pretty much has to grow accustomed to how mortals live their life, how careful he has to be. He has like special cuffs, like engineered by Provision, that he has to wear that massively dampen his powers. So he's kind of just, he's just kind of forced to bear with everybody knowing what he did. And it's not good, but maybe he gets a little more used to it, and who knows? He might just have a change of heart, but can't say for certain. All I can say is something leads up to that teaser of his redemption.
Yeah.
That comic panel, that manga panel. We did a whole manga style for that. That was really cool. And yes, for people who caught the reference, yes, it is a reference to Transformers.
Galaxy's a huge Transformers fan.
Yeah, I think it was actually Curly that came up with that scene specifically, at least the first panel, and then I told her how to tie the second one in. I can't really talk too much about what happens in his redemption, like moment itself, but the individual he's speaking to there is Sato. And if you know anything about the original NU, you know that Sato is huge news.
Oh.
Like main antagonist level news of the entire series, so that's pretty serious.
Do people know about it? Like in Prime? I feel like it's not brought up very often.
It's not brought up at all. He's so. This is okay. Let's go down a bit of a Bigger lore reveals. Wow. So people have incentive to actually dig stuff up from this stream. Sato is, in the original NU, he was an ancient demon from way times past. Like, old enough to the point where he refers to Xavier as a child, as a kid. Sato was old and very, very powerful. In the original NU, I believe he was, something happened to him, banished or something like that. In NU Prime, I can be a little more specific, because in the original NU, it was a little more secretive. In NU Prime, Sato is, he's one of the original 4 entities that helped form Demon and Angel Society in the main continuity. Sato himself was a sort of like a god of war kind of character. He was obsessed with power and conflict and change. Back when the story, in like sort of the prologue of the story, when life first began, everything was peaceful between demons and angels and everything was calm. Sato felt like society had stagnated. Everything was boring. It was just gonna stay as it was for too long, and being so obsessed with chaos, he wanted to change something, to invite some kind of conflict that would force society to change, to evolve, and he did. He succeeded. He quite literally sparked a war among demons and angels with his own faction called the Deserters. And eventually he was defeated by the other 3 of the original 4, and they banished him into a black hole for eternity, pretty much. They couldn't bring themselves to kill him because they saw him like a brother, so they sealed him away, hoping that he would never harm anybody again. As for how he returns, I can't reveal that, but he does somehow, and he confronts Sark. Considering he was from the beginning of the story, he knew Sark when Sark was young, as a child, pretty much. And back then, he liked Sark's tenacity and his warrior nature and mindset. Seeing how he changed left him kind of disappointed.
Ah!
Very powerful, dangerous entity. One of the most powerful beings in the entire series, and one of the most dangerous.
Oh, thank you so much for the raid, by the way. Coming in with 7. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you have to raid and go, I totally understand. Hopefully you enjoyed your stream. Really appreciate it. We are talking about some... Oh boy. How do I explain the Nightmare Universe Prime? How do you condense that? Because there's so much, like, lore.
We're talking about NU Prime history stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're mostly delving a bit more. We're talking about various different topics from that. But if you know who I am, which you might or might not, I usually assume that people don't if they raid into me from Twitch. But yeah, we talk about like a lot of like Sonic EXE lore, or just like different types and variations and stuff like that. I just love horror. Sorry, that's really funny.
Oh my.
I just love horror. I just really love horror and like lore and stuff like that. So, it's so funny. But yeah,
Bust might come back. Oh no, I'm just reading comments. Don't mind.
I was gonna say something that added on. It was actually a good point to you. Galaxy. Oh yeah. I'm sure people might be interested to know. We can actually, you could address Curly first before I say what I'm going to. Ouch.
Will Stitch Light come back for Sark? She can't really come back for him because, well, he's kind of, well, he's hiding. He's in another universe. And then when he comes back from his own Mobius arc, he's hidden away. But yeah, they can't. The Highest quite literally cannot find where the demons are hidden. Mobius is cloaked, hidden away. It's a very dangerous situation because the Highest quite literally have a map. The stars, they literally have the entire universe mapped. Every single galaxy, every star, every planet, every corner of everything is mapped. They know where everything is. There's just a few tiny shreds and pieces that they don't have access to or knowledge of. And Mobius is one of them.
Sorry,
Oh,
I know
hey,
one of them.
Seven.
Hey, thanks, Seven.
Nice to see you, Seven. You have a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Highest are scary.
Yeah. I was gonna say that actually might lead me into my next one, my next kind of thing. How does like the main cast of NU Prime interact with characters that are just in the universe but not in the universe? You know what I mean?
Like which character specifically?
Like who gets involved with like the main four? We know Azazel does. Like I'm talking Azazel, Lucian.
You mean the crossover character?
Zero. Yeah, like the people not. Yeah.
Yeah, the crossover characters. Yeah, the crossover cast. Let's see. We've got the main ones that I can list off are Azazel, Nihilith, Lumora, Zero, and Lucian. Yeah. Zero may have some to do with provision. Quite literally, I mean, Zero's quite literally a sort of like a mafia boss type character. He has his own little corner of the universe, and just kind of just trading, orchestrating deals, and living a pretty peaceful, straightforward life, really. He has all the power, wealth, and everything that he can ever want. He's just at peace. You know, Sonic and Eggman were always fighting, and his whole concept is to be different, so he has peace, real peace, between everyone. I mean, his entire concept is zero, neutrality. So, he's just there, present. So he doesn't interact with much, but he may have some interactions with the provision. Azazel will at some point interact with everybody, like all of the main four, even their survivor casts at some point, possibly. Azazel and provision have a sort of partnership, possibly, in the works. As you can see, it's kind of been teased in the Wrath Prime trailer at the end of Day at NU. Nihilith and Lumora will get to have interactions with the Negagen later down the line.
Oh yeah!
That'll be exciting, because after the events of Negagen's worlds, after he basically, saves everything's perfect and awesome, he decides that, well, I've saved this entire planet and converted them to our side. There's not really any reason to stick around, so he goes to other universes to try and, help out, quite literally. So he eventually stumbles on Fury of X, which is where he helps Lumora stop Nihilith. And may play a part in his eventual true demise.
What?
But we shall see.
What? Wait, hold on. Who are we talking about? I'm not talking about Negagen Prime. He doesn't die. What the hell?
I'm not talking about Negagen. I'm not saying Negagen dies. I'm talking about Nihilith.
I'm gonna what? Oh! I knew this day would happen!
Yeah. That was so funny.
I never get to do anything, though, because Galaxy hates me. Well, I've already made that
Yo.
bit, actually. I already made that joke. Made that too many times. All
Yo.
right.
Goodness. Yeah, no. So, yeah, no. Mora, Nihilith, they get to interact with Negagen. As for Lucian, I don't actually remember if he had any interaction with the main four. I don't think he did.
I think, yeah, no, I don't know who he would, to be honest. We'd have to write that out and plan it at some point, but, like, there are no current plans at the moment. There might be, like, a reference if I ever make a game or something. One of them would just be, like, kind of, there's, like, an Easter egg that you could find, maybe. Or something interesting, since, I feel like Provision might take interest in exactly what's happening, but he's already kind of got that same thing from Sark, so I really don't know. Maybe.
Well, Provision's got that going for a lot of places. Let's be honest. Provision's involved in everything. Like, the entire scope of Provision is just he's got a hand in every part of the story, one way or another. He triggered one thing or another to make it happen how it did.
Yeah. For all you guys know, Provision was the one that opened the little thingy to let the thingy infect Lucian. You never know.
Honestly, you really don't. Like, that's the entire point of Provision's existence. It's like every hole in the story. It's like you never know if Provision's there or not. He's like a spooky, scary presence.
He's a really thing to write in. He's a really, you can provision it.
Yeah, you can provision anything in the story. He's just there.
Yeah, I can't believe Provision do that.
it's just a Kara thing all over again. Yeah, oh my god, I can't believe Provision did that. What the fuck?
Life is just...
It's over. So, on different sources of what Negagen Prime is, is he a highest or a wave demon? He's a highest in this story. In the original story, he was a wave demon. So in the Prime reboot, he's an angel, highest, specifically.
Yeah.
It's the only angel that's actually like an angel in behavior. Well, there is one other, but maybe a few others, but we don't see or talk about them much. Why does Sark still want to see Stitch Light? He's not referring to seeing Stitch Light. He's talking about his family. In the emptiness inside of me, when he said, even though you are the sacrifice, he's referring to his family that sacrificed themselves, Sally that sacrificed them herself, and also partially the mortals that he's killed. When he says, I can't deny you, I still want to see you, it's like he wants to see his family again. He's starting to feel regrets for killing everyone.
Well, that's just it. He's also just starting to feel.
Yeah, he's starting to feel everything's crashing down. Like, he blocked out the feeling of loss when he lost his family. He blocked out the feelings of, uncertainty or, restraint when he was committing genocide. He held himself back and just accepted his monstrous nature, thinking that this is how he had to be to survive. But now that he's done everything, and when he ends up right where he started, alone, and empty, it hits him, I guess. Yeah, his father, Sark's father, sacrificed himself to save him. Sally did the same.
I'm a victim.
Stop crying.
Oh man, guys, I feel the emptiness inside of me.
Yo, we gotta kill you. Oh my god.
That's my impression of Negagen Prime doing a Sark impression, which is very weird to do.
That's canon. He's done that.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
know.
there's that one comic panel. Yeah,
I
he's done
love that
It's so funny.
one. Yeah, he just rage baits. I love him.
It's so funny.
Yeah, he's so
Most
goofy.
non-serious character in the story.
Yeah, no. What is that thing that infected Lucian? Who? You don't know. It could be anything. Maybe I made it up. Maybe. Maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe it was just him and he made it up to cope. You don't know. You don't know anything. I'm evil. No, you'll find out more about that. Well, either when I fully decide how I want to discuss the story, which will probably end up being a video, but I really wanted to save it for telling the full story, turning it into and some sort of experience. Whenever promise a game, because I know the commitment that comes with it, but it'd be cool.
Honestly, I thought you said ARG. You were gonna say ARG for a second. And I'm like, oh no.
No. I mean, like, listen, I know a guy, right, who could nail an ARG,
Okay.
but
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
but no, that wouldn't be a good way to do Lucian's story. It's a bit like you could do ARGs that are emotional, but it just wouldn't fit for this story, in my humble opinion.
ARGs work for creepier stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Unsettling, like this feeling of being watched or feeling of being lost.
Okay, all right, pal. You know, I coined it the Watcher ARG. I'm taking credit for that. I made it. I made it.
I wasn't even referencing that.
Bro, you said feeling watched? Come on.
Yo, that's coincidence. Pure coincidence.
Instinctual, perhaps.
Instinctual instinctual coincidence.
Yeah, no, we want to talk more about other characters and NU Prime. It's just Sark has recently got a lot of content and also a lot of focus because he's like the one that people have to be informed about, you know, so that way NU doesn't get really, I would say, like, people don't automatically write out the story, you know.
Yeah, Sark's kind of like the window or the door. I gotta kind of. Yeah, I gotta make it clear. Obviously, Sark Prime is one character in a very, very, very large story, and he is not the central main character at all. Like he's just there. Like he's just one of them. Like he is a main character, but there are 4 main characters, and Sark Prime is like just one of them. The main character. Yeah, the main character is Exeter Prime. That is the main character of the entire series. So you can't, like, I gotta make sure people understand that we're not, like, some people seem to have this misconception. It's like, oh my god, you're bringing Sark back. Why are you guys so obsessed with Sark that you're trying to bring him back? No, not that. He's just one of the many things that made up this series of a Nightmare Universe, and we just decided, like, yeah, okay, we can make that work. You know, I think things, there are a lot of green flags around his creation, Sark Prime's creation, that ended up with just, you know, things just worked out. Mind you, originally he wasn't in this story. This is a fun fact. Sark Prime was not originally in the story. When I first wrote a new Prime, Sark Prime wasn't present. However, I humored it at some point. People ask, say, what would a Sark and a new Prime be like? And I was like, guess I never really thought about it, but when I put together an idea, people really liked it. And then it grew, so I was like, okay, let me really actually write out a Sark Prime concept. And then Swap joined. I'm like, okay, draw one for me. Let's get this whole idea together and see what people think. And people loved it. They honestly did. It was pretty straightforward. Like, you would think that fixing Sark wouldn't work, but it really did. Of course, we had the massive positive caveat that we are official. We're not like a fan project. No, we are quite literally the modern Nightmare universe.
I don't know. I don't know about that, man. I'm gonna start some beef real quick. It's not what Jay said. That's what I'll say. He said fan projects in his video, little bro. So sorry. Yeah, he said that. He was like fan projects such as NU Prime, and I was like, all right.
Read your video.
Did you? Oh boy, his you know the one that's still up on his channel. Yeah.
Talking about the apology video.
Yeah.
That was just an example. NU Prime is the canonical continuation after NU, even TIC.
Amen. Amen. Take it up with him. All right.
No. He said no. What he said was there are a lot of fan projects that help make NU reach its prime that are not made by me. That's what he said. It was just a play on words. He didn't mean to say that Prime isn't official. It is the official continuation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. No. No, it is. All right, guys, it is.
Yeah, no. I've got Jai's on speed dial if you want me to screenshot. Who wants release evidence? Yeah, TIC. TIC is what Jai's rebranded Nightmare Universe into. Or rather, I guess you could say he shot and you did, and then he made TIC, and then NU Prime is the continuation. Originally, NU Prime was the continuation of NU, just Nightmare Universe. But now NU Prime is the continuation of TIC. That is another thing I will make clear. It is not like with Jai's rebrand, NU Prime isn't like decanonized. It is still canon to the like post TIC.
Dude.
TIC still goes into it. I know some people were uncertain about that.
Can I just say that like somebody in chat's talking like an AI?
Who? Where?
Sorry. It's just like no
Is it on
offense.
Twitch chat? Because I can't tell. I can't see Twitch chat.
Oh yeah, it's YouTube chat. Sorry, it's just, not you. I just the way that you worded things. Sorry if that was mean. It's just the way that you worded it real quick. The fact you knew. Oh, I'm messing, man. So welcome in. Hello. It's good to. Yeah, I'm really glad you like Abyssal Escape, man. I'm super excited for it. I didn't mean to write off what you said, Galaxy.
I don't even know where that message. I don't think I can see that message on the front.
Oh wait, fuck! I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about. Well, actually, you derated. I was talking about. Oh yeah, Sark Prime, and the creation, and then it derailed into NU Prime validity, and then it derailed into wherever we are now.
Yeah, no, my fault, man. My fault. You had a good flow state there, and I wrecked that. It's okay. It's all right. I can do it. So, sports.
Yo, Sark Prime would canonically like the World Cup, maybe. I hope so.
Bro, he's taking bets. I was like, which team is winning? Which one's getting hurt the most?
I want to see them kick each other in the balls. He says. Screw the fucking soccer ball.
I would say some shit like that.
You would say shit like that. Now, you'd be the one. Sark would be the type to watch like rugby or football. He wants to see people tackle each other. Are there subplots with victim casts after demonization? No, the survivors still get importance. They don't get as much importance, but they are still there, and they have moments. Mine is too small as a masterpiece. And use a big series, yeah. That's why I always said in the past, like, I wouldn't really say anybody who says NU sucks, like, completely sucks. It's kind of LARPing, because you can't really say the entire thing sucks. There's a lot of good that it did and a lot of bad that it did. So it's more of to say that it's complicated.
No. I'm pretty firm in my stance.
You suck.
I'm just a hater, to be
This shit
honest.
sucks. This shit
This shit
sucks.
sucks.
I hate it. I hate it.
I hate that Nigajin isn't who he is in Prime. That's like the worst part, man.
No. Oh my god. NU has always been complicated.
I'm missing. Here's the things that I liked about original NU. Okay, you guys ready? I thought Junter was interesting as a character.
Junter was cool, yeah.
Yeah, like that was like a
Fan
neat,
favorite.
yeah, it's like a neat idea, I think.
He does
Obviously,
come back.
I appreciate what it's done. You know, we're talking positives. It freaking Spirits of Hell wouldn't exist without it. So, I mean, they literally have highest in that. Like I don't understand how you could write it out of the story because like it was so ingrained. Like that was most of it actually. How they had like schools and stuff, and he was like a level 0 highest, like stop time and stuff. Crazy.
I mean, for me, NU is definitely like, I'd say, I rank NU based on the different eras. Super like modern era NU is like pretty low on the tier list. In the middle, I'd say it's pretty high. And then if you're going by like Nightmare Beginning or old timeline, then I'd say that's like towards the top. That was really good. I'd rank it pretty high. It definitely depreciated over time.
I know the timer's 1 hour. It's ending today.
Oh gosh. No. No.
But yeah, it is like you gotta respect game. You know, you gotta maybe not the games. I don't gotta respect that shit. But you know, I mean, like appreciate what it's done. But they're evil. I've had a few requests of people telling me to play them, and I'm like, I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but Gina would piss me off.
So bad. That would be so bad. Again, no.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, bro. I don't fuck with Gina at all. She's weird, mad weird. It's like
A lot of people don't like her.
I mean, I like Gina Prime though.
It's very divided with the original.
Yeah, but do not increase the timer. We're finishing this tonight.
No.
It's ending. But yeah.
No. All to do with Sark. I mean, okay, I respect that some people think that what Sark did was like, I think that you could have just made it handle it better instead of removing it. I understand that. I do understand what you mean when people say that. However, I will say a more important counterpoint, and that is, this is the EXE community. Most of the people out here are kids. I don't really want to expose them to that. So, back then, I don't really remember what the community's age leaning was, but it was definitely a lot more edgy back then. Nowadays, it's definitely more, it's just brainlessly kid-focused with Friday Night Funkin', Roblox, and all these other things, like, merging into the EXE community. It's just become a lot less safe to talk about more messed up concepts. So I can't really bring up the things that the original Sark did without the story quite literally getting it messed up. So I understand your point. No, I get your point that yes, there was the basis of making it so that Sark Prime is just like Sark, but it just handles the topics better. However, the audience that the story is being presented to is too young to understand it, so I can't. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't say I'm ashamed of the original Sark. I'm more so just wary of it. I personally just find it boring. I found the original Sark boring. I think it's okay. But yeah, like the younger generations of EXE fans won't understand things. It's gonna be messed up for them too. It's not wise to introduce them to it. It's just not good. Even if you say that, oh, that makes a story deep, they can't understand that depth. To them, it's just scary or it's crazy. It's like, oh my god. And if you normalize them talking about that stuff, then it's also not healthy. I personally don't take interest in stories like that. But if I did, then maybe I would have kept more things of that if we were in like a more of a fan base that actually had like healthy discussion about that kind of thing, and that was clearly for adults. Like if I was making like a story about like an adult series, then yeah, absolutely, you know, things like that are a lot less problematic to talk about. But this is a Sonic.exe series. Obviously, yeah, I'm not trying to market it to kids, but kids will be there, and I have to take that into consideration. So yeah, no, it's just, I have to be, that's just me taking care not to expose the wrong people to the wrong things. And that's my opinion on what Jai's did wrong as well. I think Jai's ultimate mistake was just, he should have understood that kids are the ones that are interacting with this content. They're not going to understand the nuance or anything behind it, even if he wasn't making it for bad reasons. So that's kind of it. It's just not a good idea. So that's the thing. That's the end all be all. Not ashamed of Sark, it just quite literally can't. What Sark was just can't work in this community. It just can't. People wouldn't be able to accept it. It would be really messed up for people to get into it knowing how old they tend to be on average. Stories like that can exist, yes, people say that. Stories that have SA in them, they do exist and they're handled better. Yeah, it is possible to have those things. I mean, example right here, Lion King. Lion King, Scar for the lion from Lion King. I'm pretty sure it was written to be like a pedo and potentially a creep. So, I mean, that's a childhood character right there that's really messed up. That's already pretty bad, but it's presented in a way that doesn't really show up forefront. And obviously, if you read into it, it's not necessarily good. So you just can't get into it. Like, you have to be super careful. And if you, and one of the biggest things is Jai's already stepped over the line. If you step over the line with that kind of thing, you kind of can't just fix it back. It's better to just kind of step away completely. I accept that, you're playing it safe. I suppose, yeah, you could say I'm playing it safe, but I kind of have to. It's not necessarily just like to make this series work. It's also for the sake of the fans, for the audience. It's just not good to expose people to that. For people who liked those aspects of Sark, to each their own. I personally don't, but yeah, it's like this isn't really the community to support stuff like that, and therefore I don't think you'll really find what you're looking for like that out here. It's just ideal to kind of accept that and move along.
However,
that's my advice.
Here's my thing, right? I think that if you present it the right way, so Sonic is already sort of like a kid IP, right? I think I would.
Yeah, it's a kid IP.
I would say that Sonic is like for everyone. Obviously, I'm like 25 and I still love him. But you have to acknowledge that is like, it's going to be a big part of it. And eventually those kids are going to grow up. The community is going to change and maybe reflect that. Maybe it'll be abandoned. Maybe more will come pouring in. But I would also say that there's a pretty decent chunk of people who are at least 18 or 19 who can understand some nuance It's more rare, but like
Oh yeah.
if it's presented in a way like childhood has passed, my audience ratio is usually pretty. Like when it comes to more like actually horror things around like Sonic, and you can explore those like more horror psychological themes specifically, you might be able to get like more of like the older people and stuff like that. Because I mean, we're here now, you know, like we're talking about getting Sonic EXE, and this is just a like branch away a little bit. I'm sorry I have to talk about him like again, Galaxy. But you know, it was inevitable. But just like in general, what I'm saying is just like I think that there is a psychological, more horror centric like audience that would be interested in learning about like certain spooky things. That's how, like, honestly, half of my stuff was how I was able to grow was Friday Night Funkin', but you know, because like obviously, right? But I'm surprised because I checked my age demographic and I was like, it's gonna be a bunch of fucking kids. The spreads, my highest demographic is 25 to 30 or something like that. It's, I was like, let's go. Them kids. I hate them so much. Okay, all right, chill.
Yo, stop giving yourself clip-worthy things to say, man.
My highest is 25 to 34. There we go. Like, I hate them kids. I'll pun a kid.
Yeah, there are a lot of mature people in the community. I definitely won't argue against that. But
like the large demographic,
you can definitely try. You can try to carve out your niche. Like that's what Jais is trying to do. You know, with TIC and all that, he's trying to carve his own niche and stay in his corner and make his own content for himself, for his people. You can do that, but you will kind of have to accept that there will be people who can't stand it, can't take it, who aren't mature enough to understand, and will thus just see it as a problematic thing and shoot you down for it. Sark clearly had a lot of problems with how he was presented, and like, you can't really expect nuance from the community when it blows up like that. You have to, you know, reel things in, patch things up, accept what you did wrong, a lot of other things. Just a whole list. You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful, and that also, to an extent, I would say, requires good writing. That's another thing. Good writers are not always easy to come by. Mature fans are not always easy to come by.
Yep.
And the topic is going to at least always cause some kind of trouble.
Yep.
So it's definitely possible to make it work, but it's definitely still not a good idea.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, it's not a good idea. And that's why Sark Prime is the way that he is. Yeah, like it's definitely. That's definitely why Sark Prime.
I like it the way that he is. I like his story. I like the way he's presented. I like.
He's still a victim. He's still very much a victim that perpetuates the cycle. So okay, the core of what Sark was, the original Sark, was supposed to be, right? He was supposed to be a victim that perpetuates the cycle of corruption and darkness that consumes him when he was younger. And that's what I brought back in a new Prime. Sark Prime suffers. He's forced to become a weapon. He's forced to kill. He's forced to watch death. He's forced to go through all this pain. And then when he gets freedom, when he's freed and he's given free reign over an entire planet to do whatever he wants, he can't control himself and he just goes crazy, wrecks the planet, loses himself in the thrill of the hunt, even though there's no reason, there's no trophy left. But he just keeps going. And only when there's nothing left does he realize. He just doesn't. Only when he accomplishes his hunt, does he realize that there was no point? He just proved Stitch like he proved his own abuser right. He really was just a monster, and that broke him for the last time. Cue emptiness inside of me. But yeah, no, I think some people definitely think that Sark Prime strays a little too much. Some people think he's too similar to the original. I'd say I did my best to try and get a middle point. He still encompasses the good ideas that were present in Sark at the very surface level. While cutting out the things of how it was presented. So, tried my best. It is the best I could do with the concept. It won't be for everybody, I accept that's for sure, but I'm glad that people in general consensus tend to very much like it. People are free to have their opinions and feelings about it. I understand the whole situation with Sark and the character. It's really fair, honestly. But I am very, very glad that people liked it. It's meant to give nuance to the character and the idea of Sark without mocking the original, more so re-representing what was poorly represented. That's the idea.
Yeah, actually, Galaxy has an ASMR channel. It's called MU Music Team. You should go check it out.
It's not an
Yeah.
It's not an ASMR channel. Oh my god.
Listen, when NU Prime comes out, you guys hear a little bit of like the comic and stuff like that. If you hear him talking, and it kind of leads into that.
Yeah. You may.
But
And
yeah, when he's talking
Colossus.
in Nick's
It's
head,
not
oh yeah, Colossus
There is no
Prime, huh?
There is no Colossus Prime, but we do have an OMT Prime because Mr. Pixel is a huge fan of my work and a good friend of mine. Yeah, OMT Prime exists, and he does take some inspiration from Colossus. Xenophanes. Actually, this is actually this is a very fun fact for people because this actually has never been talked about. But Xeno does actually get a cameo in NU Prime, not Zero, Xeno, Xenophanes.
Oh yeah.
He's rewritten to be a legend, actually. An alien entity that once, he was like a great conqueror among the stars, a great warrior. He went across the stars, planet to planet, taking over worlds and plundering them and destroying them for his own greed and glory, until eventually he was faced down by Hypersonic in that universe and defeated, destroyed for good. Though the legend kind of goes down in history across multiple universes, down on the side of the multiverse that Zero's present in, which is why Zero named himself after that legend, the Legend of Xenophanes.
Well, if we're talking about cool facts, did you guys know that actually
Yes.
did you guys know that I'm about to leak something that Galaxy doesn't want me to leak?
You've tried this gig already, noob.
Oh yeah, you're right. My fault. All right, hold on. I already did that bit. Okay, I gotta start writing this stuff down, man. And you saw. Oh, thank you for watching it. I really appreciate anyone who's going out of their way and discovering the Sark Prime video. It didn't actually do as well as we hoped. We kind of thought that this kind of discussion was going to, but I had to re-upload it, so we think that was maybe a contributor. But
Yeah, I think that's the biggest hit.
yeah, which is really a shame because like it was picking up a lot of pace at first. The thing about re-uploads is that YouTube does not like it at all.
Yeah, they hate it.
So it kind of like killed it, but basically we were trying to spread it as far as we could so that way people could understand the nuance, and for people who were like maybe scared of NU Prime or wanted to get into it, just so that way, you know, it was for multiple reasons, but it was also to open the door for like, hey, Sark Prime's a really thought out character, and you know, we gave someone else a shot, and maybe we should like be okay with this too, you know, like it's, you know, point out that nuance, and essentially allow people to explore the wonders of NU Prime. It's a genuinely well thought out and one of my personal favorite stories throughout the entire EXE community. Like, it probably is the best written one in the way that it spans and the way that it has so much depth and lore. It's like it's up there with some of the favorite stuff that I've covered because there's so much to cover. You know, it's not like a one-off thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just like it reminds me of childhood has passed. Not to keep bringing that up, but like I have the two things. The reason I do is because it's like these are two really well written and interesting things, and very makes you think about them like in very different ways, mind you. One's like, oh, it's a very deep and intricate story that you can like relate. These are real characters. It's not like a gimmick. It is a crafted story for you to enjoy and for Galaxy to suffer and die, or at least used to. Sorry, pal. He retired long ago, but he already did it. Everything you're seeing, he's planned it. He's mapped it in his head. Millions of art pieces and works waiting to be released.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't really know how else to say it. Yeah, it is just kind of written. It's just there. Like, I'm not thinking of lore. It's just there. I already know how it's gonna play out.
Yeah, and I'm hoping the reason I'm pushing for it is because people are so like this. It's not just Galaxy who's like passionate about it. There are other people who want to know, and I feel like it just needs a platform. And if you could just get people hooked on it, if we could present it the right way, I think it's like it should be a staple, a pillar even in the EXE community. Because like, I want a deeper story. I'm fine with goofy EXE. Ooh, gonna get ya. Ooh. And I'm not saying 2011X isn't interesting in his own way. I feel like he actually is. I like the fact that he's interacting with you, and that he's becoming more of a deeper character, the way that he interacts with like souls and stuff like that. He's Lord X seems to be leaning more into like this, like, I'm your friend type thing. I don't know how to fully describe it right now. But
he has a connection to you as a player or entity itself within his own story. It's kind of the appeal of it.
Yeah, exactly. And it like plays off of that idea, like, oh, come join me. Like, I will fix things for you. Just like come with me. Which he prefers to like use his cunning nature to like manipulate you and use you. And I feel like that is one of his best, probably the best appeal that he has, honestly. Like in the song Beauty, like I feel like that is such a demon, like evil fucking thing. Like, you're not happy with your body, I'll give you a body you'll be happy with. But you're gonna suffer. Yeah. But like, you know, the point is like, I just feel like it's a very well intricate story, and I'm a little biased because I'm involved with it, but I really want to give it a platform. And if you guys haven't given NU Prime a chance, consider it. Right? It's really good. Yeah, I'll glaze it. I don't care. Plus, Galaxy's a friend of mine, so. This song's gonna be stuck in my head. I'm gonna hear this in my dreams.
What other universe do you think would have had a better shot of the Sonic? Sark. Actually, this is a fun fact, but Sark had many points where he could have lost throughout the story. First of all, Sonic easily could have finished him off in that cave. In the final showdown, he easily could have done it right there, but he chose to talk to him instead. He didn't want to. Let's see.
Yeah, Sark Sonic's a fucking menace.
Sark Sonic beat the shit out of him. Let's see. What else? The fight against Neo Metal. Neo Metal could have defeated Sark if he was just a little faster. If Super Neo Metal had shown up, Sark probably would have lost for sure. That's actually a question that some people did ask. If they had the emeralds, then yes. Metal and Tails probably would have won. That is actually that was a big question, and I'm actually gonna reveal that today. So gather around.
Oh boy, here we go. Listen up, gang.
The answer is pretty on the nose, and you could kind of see it coming, but we'll get there. So, Super Neo Metal would have won. Super Neo Metal actually would have won for sure. Let's see. Metal Overlord quite literally was going to kill Sark. Actually, I think I may have left this out during the writing of the script, but when he impales Sally, it hits Sark too. So they both get run through, quite literally on the same blade. And when Sark blasts out into his super form, it shoves the impaling away and regenerates the hole in his body. And there's a crazy moment of that, badass moment. So, Sark was going to lose. If he didn't go into super form, he would have lost during the Overlord fight as well. So, there were a lot of points in time where Sark was cutting it close. Maybe even Shadow could have stopped him if their coordination was just that much better. So many opportunities that Sark could have lost. I mean, he quite literally was running for his life every single time against the Sonic cast for quite a while when he was still in his true form. They kept driving him back as he caused havoc across cities and different parts of the world. So I make it very clear that in New Prime, the survivors are not helpless. The Sonic cast are very strong. They're fully capable of putting down the enemies they're going up against. In fact, in Nightmare Beginning Prime, I will say the survivors might just pull a win. They might just get a good ending. Who knows? They'll be a little more complicated than that, but they have all the resources possible to defeat Exedior even. And Exedior's the big 1-0. Anyways, now to the big question. What happened to the Chaos Emeralds in Sark's Mobius? And drum roll. Provision took them.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Provision stole them.
Dude.
Provision
This little
stole
asshole. This little fucking asshole. Sorry, I can't say anything more, chat, but just know.
He stole the emeralds. He stole the emeralds.
Actually,
wow.
it was Digajin Prime who stole it. Actually, guys, that's the truth. He's like, "Hey, can I borrow these? Thanks." He just left.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, it was Provision quite literally stole the Chaos Emeralds from Sark's planet. While Tails was looking for stuff, mind you. Actually, let's go down the list. He's the one that revived Shadow and allowed him to come back into the fight, even though he died at the end of the Sonic Adventure 2. He's the one that stole the Chaos Emeralds throughout the story to prevent anybody from achieving any sort of forms. He's the one that helped develop some of Tails' technology by leaving behind random pieces of high-end tech for him to use. He's the reason that Metal was able to go Neo, even though, a lot. He's the reason that. He's the reason that.
A plot twist way later, for sure.
Yeah, shush. He's the reason that Metal was able to go Neo. He's the reason that Metal was able to go Overlord in the first place. None of that was going to be possible if it wasn't for Provision. All of those things were just bits and pieces that he set into motion. As for why, that I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Provision was involved. I mean, he's the one that helped Metal turn into Overlord.
See, guys, this is why it was funny when we were like, man, Provision, I can't believe you caused this, because he does fucking everything.
In fact, those of you going through the ARG might find something useful in that video when right before Metal transforms. Or at least before he makes his whole speech. I find a little
No.
something from a certain somebody.
Galaxy, you are we going that specific? What the? Ain't
It's in
no
there
way.
somewhere.
I watched it frame for frame and I didn't notice anything.
Maybe you had to listen instead.
Ah! Oh my god, I didn't know. I knew you were good to go crazy with it. I didn't know we were. Holy shit.
You have no idea what I did with this ARG, bro. Those are some disgusting things I've done now. I don't think anybody's gonna ever solve.
Yeah. No, I understand. Like, cause, I mean, if we're getting like to the point to where what are those things called where it like analyzes audio cues and it like turns it into a shape.
A spectrogram.
Spectrogram. Oh my god, I could not think of that. Yeah. But I gotta use that somewhere. Oh, I'll write that down.
Those
in my
are
list of
pretty.
tools.
I always found those things very pretty. I remember Minecraft. They had what was it, C11 or something? One of those discs. If you play them, it's like a creepy song. But if you play it on a spectrogram player, it shows a Steve head. That was always scary to find out.
There was a lot. There was like, you remember like the Lavender Town thing? I don't know if you were really into creepypastas or not when they were like a kid, but they had like the Lavender Town syndrome thing where if like you put it into one, it had like a ghost or something, or like revealed a message. That was pretty common. Like people, once they discovered that, people started to use it for like ARGs, which I think is a really cool idea, honestly. What the f are we talking about?
You have no idea what I've done for this ARG. But, yeah, if anybody can solve it, it'll probably be you.
What? Nah. Listen, guys. I solved the last ARG, and by solve, I mean my hand was basically held throughout most of it. But I just have the most resources and time probably to be solving it, I would say. And I did solve, like, I did spend a lot of time solving some of the Flames of Redemption stuff, and I had it right. I just got into this negative headspace where, like, I was so focused on everything that I was doing wrong. I didn't bother to, like, I was like, I know what the answer is, and I'm doubting, like, everything, right? I'm making it overly complicated. Now with this one, I'm gonna make it overly complicated, and it's gonna be more complicated. You know, like, so, but I think the thing is that if you guys are trying to solve this, go in with, like, not, like, too much confidence, but just, like, you know, it's not gonna be easy, and it's also not gonna be streamlined. I don't know anything about this ARG, so I can speak about it. But what I do know is that it's like pieces are gonna be placed all throughout, and it's gonna be you're kind of piecing them together into like this thing. There might be things that might throw you off, maybe, we don't know. Or there could be things that might make you think you're going down the right path or block you off. You'll be at crossroads until you collect different aspects of different videos and different links and different, like, very specific, minute details you might not get. But watch the videos. It could be Galaxy could have went all the way back to the first video that he posted on the indie music team. You know, like, it could It really could, right? But have fun with it. Most importantly, that's my message. And if you guys don't know about the ARG, go check out the channel. Okay, go ahead.
I just hope that people have fun with it, and maybe if it gets big and people make a big thing out of like, oh hey, everybody should get in on solving this thing, then that would be nice. I'd love people to try and make like speed runs or something like that, or goofy streams trying to solve it. That would be fun. But yeah, no, I'm glad that people like it though. I mean, it's definitely very hard, stumped at a lot of points. Well, dear God, you guys are figuring it out though, so proud of you guys. Proud of my community. You guys are doing great. Yes, the ARG's still going. I don't actually know. I don't actually know when it's gonna finish. It's really hard, but it is meant to be very fun. Put my craftsmanship into this one. But anyways, let's see. Is Shadow a character blessed by chaos? Sonic was in his prime when he fought Sark, and he honed his abilities, but Shadow was dead. Couldn't have mastered this, and he was near equal to Sark. The reason that Shadow was able to hold his own against Sark was because Tails helped modify him as much as possible. He had like cybernetic enhancements and everything. Tails quite literally developed a nanotechnology and things like that at this point in the story, so he had some crazy stuff to not only aid Shadow, but even just to fight on his own against Sark.
An interesting question. You feel like you...
But was Shadow blessed by chaos? No. Only Sonic was ever blessed by chaos. He's the center of the universe, quite literally. Shadow was not, which is why Sonic is considered Shadow's superior. Even if Shadow is quite literally logically stronger, quite in a technical sense, Sonic is quite literally just, he quite literally, like, it's like plot armor, but given a more scientific definition. Even if Sonic loses, he's always there, one way or another. OMT Prime, for example. OMT Prime, in his timeline, he defeated his version of Sonic. Sonic permanently changed the way that OMT viewed the universe, viewed the world, viewed life itself, and caused him to turn over a certain leaf and start his whole faction of protecting worlds. Exedier tries to fight Sonic, and they end up being such a duo, and only by embracing the power and the connection that Exedier had with Sonic did they become the strongest. Nihilith saw Sonic as some kind of pillar of the universe, quite literally. When he met Mobians in general, he was fascinated, and he didn't know it was possible for beings to be like that, for mortals to be like that. Sark was the same. When Sark fought Sonic, in the video, Dankachi had to kind of skim over it a bit, but when Sark fought Sonic, and he was like slamming him into the like ground with his fist, when he was like punching him into the ground into a giant crater. By the end of it, it seemed like Sonic was dead. Like, he quite literally, that's like getting hit with a bus over and over again, as like a squirrel or some shit. That's like hitting a squirrel with a bus over and over again until you can't see it anymore. It's quite literally the state Sonic was in, under like Sark's fist during that beatdown. Sonic quite literally was like flattened like a pancake. He stood up after all of the bones in his body were probably broken, cracked everything back into place, and spat a tooth out, and then started cracking his knuckles ready to fight again. And Sark stared at him like awestruck, quite literally thinking, that's impossible. That can't be. How? Sonic himself is like some sort of existence tied into the universe itself. He's more than just a character. He's like a presence, like an eternal force that will always be there. Even after Sark killed Sonic, the stain of Sonic's words stuck with him to the very end, and eventually even to his redemption. In fact, when as Tails was dying, he was there doing the very thing that Sonic in Tails' vision was doing, reaching out towards his buddy. So, Sonic is always there. He's like an eternal presence of sorts. His will itself is kind of connected to chaos. Pretty complicated. I like to give a lot of respect to what Sonic stands for in a series like this. He's not just a character, and even if he loses, he's always there. One way or another. Knuckles was out. Also, yeah, Knuckles was another thing. Knuckles and Metal, like all the characters that lost against Sark, they only lost against Sark because of the fact that Sark had Sonic's body. Like, while Sark was in his true form, he did not stand a chance against any of them.
Yeah, and you say in Lucian's case, okay, so even for him, like, he's basically God. Like, he's quite literally is. But okay, so to describe what Lucian is that he's the first Voidborn. I had to think there for a moment. So he's like ancient, and because he's been around for so long, he had heard tales of Sonic, right? What he represented, because Sonic is such a known presence throughout the universe. Stories and like some places he doesn't exist, but in most, like, there are so many different versions of Mobius where Sonic will be the pillar of it. Like, he's a fucking icon, you know? Because everything is going to be based around Sonic. I mean, that's how Nightmare Universe Prime is. So, like, he was literally almost created for the purpose of creating Sonic. The Great Chaos was like, what if he could make more Sonics? Genius. Fuck, it's genius. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh my god. Great Chaos is so funny.
Well, yeah, but very, very interesting, centerpiece. And if I could ask real quick, Galaxy, Provision is like this pillar of intelligence, right? Really, mostly like that's like his defining feature. Is there a Tails that might match that and know about Provision? Like, is there anyone who matches him in intelligence?
Exedier's Tails, actually. Exedier Prime's Tails grew very wary about the things that were happening in Provision's world. There was a point in time where he even came close to unveiling what was, like, how Provision took over and all the horrific things that went down. But Provision found a way to put a stop to that, and he was already a step ahead. But Tails, being the genius he is, he keeps figuring it out over and over again. And he keeps finding ways to, like, uncover Provision's secrets and, like, his secret operation of taking over his world. And what happened to his Mobius. And he keeps trying to relay it to Exedier, but Provision's always a step ahead, stopping him from reporting it. So it's just an eternal back and forth. With, like, two geniuses butting heads, but silently. It's like silent. Like, you can just tell it's just tension. They can't be outright about it. And obviously, if Tails were to go out and say, Exedier, Provision's bad, and he did all these things and, like, murdered people, Exedier would be like, what? That's my mentor you're talking about. Have some respect. What do you want about? And obviously he'd call him crazy. And Xavier's super stubborn, and Provision's a day one for him, so he wouldn't be easy to talk reason into.
Would there... What would... In a what-if scenario, what if Xavier Prime found out at the end of everything, right? Everything happens. Provision Prime is alive, right? We got everyone there, right? And then Xavier finds out everything after it's all said and done. Do you think that there would be like a... like another final battle?
Would you mean like after redemption, or just like in general, like after the world's been messed up?
They got it.
After the best ending. After the best ending, I actually haven't this is one of the few things I haven't 100% put down of how Provision goes about it. I had a plan that he either tells them himself, or they just find out, or he leaves a note of some kind. But basically what happens is, because of the things that Provision has done, he realizes that he could never truly atone for the actions that he's committed. So Provision quite literally destroys all trace of spells and technology that could cure him quite literally of his state, his disabled body and his state, thus forcing himself to have a very short lifespan akin to that of a mortal. And he quite literally just made that his own punishment, that he would die of old age, and that would be his way to atone, like corroding quite literally to death like cancer. So quite literally he would just atone through death. He wouldn't let anybody else choose his sentence for him. So effectively, yeah, it's a sad way to go out. It's the fate that he chooses for himself.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. It's really cool to know. I was kind of okay. What if he found out earlier? Please tell me. I just wanted to fight. Okay, I just wanted to fight.
No, they wouldn't. If it was after all was said and done, they wouldn't have fought, because he wasn't really himself. Provision may have, he would have probably talked to Xavier about it at the end of the story, saying hey, after this happened to me, that wasn't really me. There's no way for me to atone other than death. Xavier would say, no, wait, you shouldn't do that. Maybe, it wasn't you, maybe it's okay, it's fine, maybe we can rebuild, maybe we can undo it. And Provision would probably say, no, there's no way to undo what I've done. This is what I choose to do. And it would be kind of like a melancholic end. Now, if there was a point in time where Xavier found out about what Provision was doing while it was happening, then I actually am not so sure. You would definitely be shocked. But he'd probably take it a similar direction as Sark, as he would try to, Provision would end up wanted for imprisonment, and he'd probably get locked up. The issue is Provision's a little too slippery for that, so
yeah,
Provision he would probably escape, maybe to another universe even, and end up completely unreachable. Not to mention, all technology that the demons use is based on, it's all Provision's design and control. He's in control of everything. So if they try to oppose Provision, he could quite literally shut down every single teleporter, every single warp ring, every single world bridge that connects the universes together, everything. Literally everything. He has control over the cloaking device that keeps Mobius hidden from Hyists. That's a lot. He's in control of way too many things. So even if they did end up with some sort of problem, Xavier quite literally can't oppose Provision's whole situation. Even if he knew, he would have to turn a blind eye if he wanted everything to go correctly. He's just behind. He's just pulling strings behind too many things. And because Xavier, worries for Provision's health, Provision insisted he was fine and just needs time to rest and recuperate, and he'll handle things. Xavier Provision like a mentor when they were younger, because back then he was fine. He was normal. He was cheery. So, trusting his mentor, he let him go off, and seeing all the things that he created, Xavier was like, oh, well, everything seems fine. I trust in Provision. I trust in Negagen. They got things done. And obviously, you could probably even make you can even start to, okay, yeah, Provision might be the Kara of Prime. You can start to pull this, you can kind of start to see the strings of where, the whole thing with Sark and Sark's Mobius could even have also doubled as a distraction to make Xavier focus that, oh man, Sark's fucking up. The other two are doing their job. Sark's the problem. So he wouldn't think that Provision's the one that's causing any trouble on his Mobius or breaking any rules. So, yeah, no, there's an unimaginable amount of rings tied everywhere. The way that Provision is written is like, ooh, yeah, you could compare it to something like other like evil masterminds and other stories.
Oh, you're talking about, okay, I was wondering what kind of rule you were talking about. So the rule, okay, so basically when Xavier was explaining things, he was like,
yeah, the
man,
rules that he gave Sark.
Yeah,
he gave that to everybody.
Yeah, they don't care. Both Provision and Sark end up doing some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Sark is actually less useful, surprisingly. Like, because at least Provision, what he does is like, he does shit. Sark is a bum, low-key. He kills his entire planet, doesn't get demon. Like, the only thing he does is get stronger, which makes him a better asset, like, later on. But, like, Provision invents all of these technologies and then goes to his Mobius, starts doing heinous shit, by the way. Heinous shit. I don't even like, if you like liminal horror, that's like his whole Mobius. Like, it's fucking dystopian.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's dystopian liminal horror.
Yeah, which I'm so excited because I actually miss horror in like these medias. Honestly, I fuck with like actual scary, unnerving things, but like psychological horror.
Exactly.
That's all he is, and
that's why
I like him.
True fear, the things that nobody can escape. It's an unavoidable, unescapable fear.
Yeah,
scary stuff.
But it's awesome.
You can tell that talking about Provision has Donkachi excited.
Yeah, because I can never fucking talk about him, dude. Always
Free
Sark,
pass
always
today.
Xavier.
Free pass today. Yay.
Yeah, no, we get a free pass. Thank God. Because he's a very compelling character that I feel like I'm excited to make a video about, but it's going to be a long video. Sark was the shortest. Yeah, because like I know you specifically are going to be like...
You're gonna be so much.
Yeah, you're gonna want to include like all the little details maybe people didn't pick up on. We'll probably do a Provision video later down the line. I imagine our next move is to either, like, in terms of content, obviously I'll be covering the little things like the comics that come out talking about Xavier's story. We'll be talking about that. Negagen Prime is probably going to get a video at some point. Probably. I hope so. I'll be doing it in my Negagen Prime voice. The whole thing will be narrated. That definitely won't get old.
Oh my goodness.
No,
yeah, you get to do your own cameos in your own videos.
About damn time.
Well, yeah, Negagen's probably going to be the next one. Most likely.
The comic will probably be the next one.
Or yeah, the comic. But I mean, like, in terms of characters, yeah, I think Negagen. Negagen, and then obviously Provisions last because he ties everything together.
Yep.
But yeah, no, scary character.
Negative Prime?
It's yeah, sure, man. Yeah, sure, man. Negative Prime.
Everyone's a lot scarier when they have a gun.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Provision!
I was not expecting. Actually genuinely laughed when I said that.
Yeah, I wanted to include
Oh,
something
so
that was
sad.
like. I wanted
No,
to,
no,
you know, see it.
that was such a good way to end the video too. Oh my god, it's hilarious, especially after such a tense emotional video.
That's why I was thinking, like, you know, we'll end off on like a silly note.
It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, so fun fact, Chad. Like I told Galaxy this, but it was actually supposed to say "Rest in Peace, Galaxy." But I didn't want people to think that was serious.
Oh yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was funny.
People would think I actually died or some shit.
No, they really
didn't know
wouldn't. Even like the day
I didn't know.
beforehand.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what they meant by retirement.
That's
Oh my god.
that's how it ends. It's just like, no.
Goodness.
Sayonara.
You give people heart attacks. The worst part is that that's happened before. No. It wouldn't be the first time either.
You've given someone a heart attack?
No, not a heart attack. I mean, the community fearing that I die.
Oh yeah, no. You say you're retired, and they were like, "Oh my God, he's dead."
No, not even that. Before that.
Oh yeah,
The
it's true.
whole
Yeah, he
situation.
did die.
Nah, that was rough.
I can still hear his voice, guys. I can still.
You. You will be missed. Rip GalaxyKnight, he wasn't the last one that shall stay. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh my goodness. Will Junter be evil, good, in between, or will he be like picking a side? He'll be evil, like chaotic bad as it gets, just the worst of the worst. Just like hates everything, wants everything dead, total destruction, brainless slaughter.
I forgot he's in Prime. I know we've kind of briefly discussed it, but he's not as like.
I have purposefully not really brought him up because he's kind of like a boss, sort of like a big bad in like chapter 2.
Yeah, that's for the best. I think more people would.
But I will say how he actually returns. So Junter actually returns from the original storyline. Quite literally, he's probably one of the only characters that returns from Jace's plot. Because, you know, remember, we are still connected to that. So, quite literally, the original Junter, he's dead. Like, he's gone. He's erased from existence. But Junter's entire thing is that he's only alive because he hates Exeter so much that the chaos energy, the massive amount of chaos energy that's holding his body together, is maintaining his form. Otherwise, he would just explode or disintegrate into chaos energy. In Inu Prime, when Exeter Prime completes the events of Nightmare Beginning Prime, the concept of Exeter existing again, just as he was in the original timeline, just being a thing again, makes Junter's hatred so strong that he pulls himself back into existence, quite literally from nothing. Like, he quite literally just pulls himself into reality, like ripping the chaos energy out of the great chaos itself, and he quite literally just tears himself into existence out of sheer spite, just because the concept of Exeter exists again. So Junter must be there to oppose it. Like, unimaginable fucking hate.
What? Wait, okay, so it's the same fucking character?
Yeah, it's the original coming back. Well, obviously, different because it's like reborn, reincarnated. But yeah, no, it is kind of like, it is a sort of return of the original Junter. Just reincarnated, and that's how Junter Prime works, pretty much. The original comes back, and then he kind of evolves to match Exeter Prime's, like, whole stance and situation.
Oh, yeah, because Exeter Prime takes a very, very different approach to who he is.
Yeah. But Junter doesn't care. He just hates Exeter, and he wants him dead, and he has this delusion that Exeter is evil, so he has to kill him. So he just comes in trying to crash the party anyways.
What if he interacts with Sonic, since Sonic takes over his body?
Actually, he decided to pull a funny 2017 reference and make it so that he would lose his mind.
Oh, okay.
Just as a mental breakdown. You'd have a mental breakdown. Not to the point of like a actual 2017, but in the way that he would like deny it. Like, no, it's not possible. I'm Sonic. I'm the hero. I'm doing the right thing. I'm killing the bad guy. The bad guy needs to die. I need to do this. And he wouldn't listen to any reason or anything. Sonic himself, in fact, when they fight, Sonic would, have control, like, of the body whenever they, like, switch. They can consciously switch. So Exeter would give Sonic a chance to talk to him, and Sonic would try to talk him down, saying, like, hey, listen, I didn't trust Exeter either, but you gotta calm down. I think maybe we can give him a chance. Maybe you're wrong. I don't think what you're saying is true. He spared us. Everybody's alive. Our friends are alive. But Junter, for a moment, he's like, they're okay? Really? But then eventually he just crashes out again. No, liars, lies. I can't trust you. You're just trying to talk me down. I'm not buying demon lies or something like that. Just genuine psychopath. He's just insane. Most insane character in the story.
He's like, you're
Mentally
from
brave.
this world. Yo, this guy's crazy. Tap back out. Exeter, deal with this guy. I can't. It's too much. Please.
Why do I have to fight this guy? He's a lunatic. And I'm pretty sure in the original Inyu, he's like, why do I have to deal? He literally, Exeter quite literally says, do I really have to deal with a schizophrenic right now? Or something like that.
That sounds like that.
That's so true. That's so true. Yeah. Just schizophrenic. He's just schizo.
He's literally
Crazy.
two people, man, at once.
He's
just
literally
crazy.
two people.
It's also funny because Exeter Prime is like what he should be. Like what was supposed to happen,
Yeah, he's a representation of what he's supposed to be. And big reveal here, but Junter is what pushes Exeter Prime to Junter is what pushes Exeter Prime to achieve super form. And the super form that Exeter Prime uses is like it's like a representation of him and Sonic having like perfect control, perfect harmony, being totally in sync. So yeah, in fact, when I first conceptualized Exeter Prime, it was first just conceptualized just by a bunch of drawings and maybe some like goofy art, including some FNF concepts based on like the original Sinister Serenade art for the original versus Sonic.exe. Back when I first conceptualized Exeter Prime at the beginning of Inyu Prime's writing, the file name and like the code name that I gave the character was literally Perfect Chaos Hunter. Or Perfect Junter. So it is quite literally just what Junter should have been. Sort of play on the concept. Is there any way to contact Galaxy? Answer uncertain. I'm just kidding. If you want to contact me, honestly, your best bet is right here, like right now. This is probably the best way to get a hold of me, like at all. Otherwise, if you're lucky, I might respond to like YouTube comments or YouTube posts every once in a while. Most of the time I have somebody else on them, but if you're lucky, you might see me respond to myself. If you ask and you say, hey, this is directed to Galaxy, maybe there's a chance I'll see the comment, or somebody will tell me about it and I might answer. Not a guarantee, but that's probably your only bet.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing.
Yeah,
because I have pretty much pulled away from everything.
Yeah. Galaxy's retired, guys. He's like think of him. Okay, all right. Here's a good way to think of it, right? Galaxy's a celebrity. You can't contact a celebrity,
Yeah.
right? You know, there's like different ways that you have to know a guy who knows a guy, and even then he's like closed off. You know, like he's just he's enjoying life. I just so happen to have access to him because that's just how it is. And if you got a problem with that, I'll ban you. So I'm his friend. You can't be his friend. I'm his friend. You can't.
Yeah. So you.
We got 12 minutes left, by the way, for the event to be over. So, oh yeah, Curly, let's go. All right, listen. All right, I was here first.
Game Severed Fates being allowed to use EYX Prime skin as a skin. Oh yeah, sure. If you want to use EYX Prime for anything, what you do is you credit me as the owner of NU Prime. You credit Kala16 as the owner of EYX, and then you would credit Migs, MIGS, as the artist for EYX Prime's design. And that's it, yeah. As long as you do that, it's no problem. But yeah, there is an EYX Prime. He's a creation of Provision, his ultimate weapon. I'm tempted to reveal something about him that only Denkachi will like. It'll click to Denkachi if I say it. I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, you're already here, man. You already said it.
Actually, yeah. You know what? Yeah. Okay. EYX Prime is a creation of Provision that evolves from a very special AI that he develops that evolves into this powerful being.
What?
A certain AI that gains sentience.
Oh!
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, fuck. No, what? Really? Dude,
Yeah.
that's what he... Oh my god, oh my god, it all makes sense. Oh, it's clicking. Oh,
No.
is that what you... Oh! Wow. Wow.
Yo.
I can't ask her to say anything about it because yeah, but all right, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. Sorry guys, I feel like this is like an inside joke. You know when somebody tells an inside joke and you don't know what they're talking about, so you're like kind of sitting there awkwardly. And you're like, I can't explain the joke to you. You just had to be there. But like it's you'll find out eventually. Yeah. And also I will. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to make a giant compilation of NU Prime. Probably. So what I want to do is I want to make like a conglomerate 8-hour video. When it's said and done, we have the entire history of NU Prime for people who want like an analysis over it and like what it did, what it didn't. Of course, it'll still have its appeal, and you'll be able to watch it and go over it yourself, of course, because that's what I always implore people to do anyways. Go to the source material and check it out, right? But I'm hoping at some point I could get like a big story video for people who like video essays and also want to know like the deeper lore meanings, or it wasn't, maybe they didn't notice it when they were watching the series, you know. But yeah, so we're hoping. Well, I am, at least. Galaxy didn't know that.
UIX Prime is so cool. UIX Prime doesn't get a lot. We don't get to talk to him much, or talk about him much.
I hate
But
that
yes,
guy.
he's very fun. Actually, somebody once asked, this is actually a very good question, of what does
No.
EYX Prime's name, what does EYX's name actually stand for in NU Prime? And the answer is extraterrestrial. I am actually going to type this out for chat. Extraterrestrial. Actually, going to make sure I spell this right.
My attacks have no effect on you. Who decided that?
This is fucking Stallman reflection.
Yeah. What's a
Oh
reflection?
no, please. Please. Don't. Just let it end. It's alright, pal. It's alright. It's done. We're done here.
Okay.
For 8 minutes. Please. Please.
Anyways, EYX in NU Prime is based on, EYX stands for Extraterrestrial Yggdrasil Extermination Unit.
Still.
Yeah,
Is that
Yggdrasil.
Is that a reference?
No, it's I think it's Norse mythology, I believe. It's the name of the world tree.
Oh. That's also a Dragon Quest thing. The only reason I know that is because Smash. So. It's finally ending. Oh my god. But yeah. I know, Chad. I'm LARPing. I mean, that's a bit on the nose. With EYX. I'm glad EYX is in it. I miss EYX. I know Kawa's like doing stuff with them, kind of like revamping and working hard. I hope we get to see the new EYX, because I'll be talking about it. All right, Chad. We've had the same song on loop for a while.
Anyways, to explain the name.
Hey.
Also, yeah, I'm good. Kawa's a really good EXE creator, owner of UIX, great guy. But the origin of the name Extraterrestrial Yggdrasil Extermination Unit, the reason that he's called that is because, well, one, he's alien technology, so extraterrestrial. And also he deals in other planets. So Provision basically sends EYX planet to planet to basically do expeditions. Usually it's to kind of wreck them up, see what's inside of them. He uses them as like a demolition service, pretty much. EYX is like his ultimate weapon, quite literally. He's like a living weapon, capable of destroying entire planets by quite literally striking them down to the core. So the reason that EYX is named that way is extraterrestrial, alien, Yggdrasil, world tree, which refers to the core of a planet extermination unit. So he's a machine designed to destroy the cores or the world trees or the hearts of alien worlds for the sake of studying them. Pretty dangerous technology.
I'll say.
Fish
One
just
could
casually
say-
making that shit in his backyard.
Yeah, you really gotta watch out for it.
Yo, shut Yo. What the fuck?
Sorry. 3 minutes left, and I'm gonna let this timer. Galaxy, if you could give me a minute, I'm gonna go get something to drink real quick. But I'll be right back. If you could just watch chat. I mean, you don't have to. No, you don't have to perform, but you'll talk. All right. Anyway, all right, I'll be back.
Go. Making UIX Prime in a kettle. Bodice, yeah, Bodice is like sort of like a beast. It was a monstrosity that Provision created. What does Excidior or the demons do when Sonic and his friends win another timeline? Well, they don't really get involved with timelines outside of their own. And NU Prime is more of a linear story. So there's not really any, like, it's not the same as the original, where there's a bunch of timelines and, like, a bunch of resets and things like that. No, it was nothing like that. One linear story. Said you have any free time? Sometimes. Not much. Sometimes. What infection AUs do I like? Honestly, most infection AUs are pretty good. I haven't gotten into them too much. But usually I don't really see any bad ones. Usually they're all pretty good. Pretty good trend. It kind of forces people to write good stories. I know Infested was a good one. The art for Infested was so good. Remember that. What does the word Sark mean? Sark, okay, the original Sark's name was derived from, I believe it was a YouTuber. It was a YouTuber named Mr. Sark, quite literally. In NU Prime, however, the origin of Sark's name is quite literally Skar, S-K-A-R. That was like his original name, but he changed it to Sark just to kind of forget his past. His birth name was Skar, with a K. And so he just changed the letters of his name around to subtly forget about his past. It's funny because it's meant to be a play on the concept of how Sark Prime is like a way to... he's kind of like a subtle way to not think about the controversies of Sark's past. So it's a kind of play on the concept of what he is. Are the wikis up to date? The wikis are mostly up to date. I think, okay, Excidior's wiki is up to date. Provision's wiki, I believe, is up to date. And Sark's wiki is up to date. I do not think Negagen's is up to date. Negagen's wiki will get a big update. You can all actually look forward to this eventually. Negagen's going to get a big wiki update eventually. By me, I'll go through and rewrite everything to show all of his story. Right now it's kind of bare bones and it's also kind of outdated. Spirits of Hell. I'm a huge fan of Spirits of Hell's story, Exceller's story specifically. The games are rough, but the actual writing of Spirits of Hell and Whisper of Soul, especially Whisper of Soul, I very much appreciate. It's actually one of my big inspirations for how I write the endings of NU Prime itself. Not the biggest. I have a lot of things to pull from. I use a lot of reference material. Many, like countless different series and concepts and ideas that I reference. But yeah, it is a shame it got cancelled. But I will say, Spirits of Hell Overhaul is still being in progress. Should definitely go check that out. It's a really, really big fan project to bring back Spirits of Hell in a modernized way. And let's see. Oh yeah, and Exceller Prime does exist. Doesn't have anything planned for him out yet, but the original creator of Exceller did say that Exceller Prime could exist. He did give me approval to include him in the story. I know a lot of people were asking about that, but yeah, he does return in NU Prime. Not related to the original Spirits of Hell, of course, but officially approved, yes. It does exist. To the main four have favorite foods. Exedier tends to favor savory foods. Spicy even. Fried foods especially. Sark prefers to eat raw meat typically. It's pretty animalistic, but he doesn't really have a sense of taste, so he would eat pretty much anything. Hence the joke of him eating bricks, because Sark doesn't have a concept of taste like other beings do, so he just eats whatever. Negagen's a fan of sweet foods. Brick munching. JoJo, I have watched a little bit of JoJo. It's very quirky, very funny. It's the main four have favorite they have favorite mortal characters, probably Negagen's close friends with Knuckles, actually. Exedier obviously gets along with Sonic very well, but he has a very strong appreciation for all of them, in a way. He respects Tails' genius, Knuckles' strength, determination. Though Exedier does not like Eggman. Pervision doesn't really have an opinion on anything or anyone. Obviously, Exedier is close friends with Sonic. So, naturally for him, it would be Sonic. It would be so awesome. It would be so cool. Can Exedier directly talk to Sonic while in control? Yes, actually, they can constantly talk while in their own mind, in a place called subconscious mind. It's like a dark, empty mind space where they sort of pilot their own body. It's pretty funny. It's like a control room almost.
That's where Soul Sonic comes from.
Yeah, that's where Soul Sonic comes from.
And that's the one
Sonic's
that I don't voice.
Yeah. It's like Sonic's perception of his own self. Creep Prime. Yes, Creep Prime does exist. Actually, there's a lot on Creep Prime. You might want to follow Curly's content, either on Twitter or on the fan-made NU Prime Discord server. I'm not there. I don't know what goes on in there, but as far as I'm aware, all the characters have their stuff there. So if you want to read up about them, you can definitely ask there. They'll have lots, including the many, many artworks that were done of him. And very pretty stuff.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh my.
Hmm.
What the? There's something. Were you eating something?
No. Nope.
No, I thought
don't
there was
eat.
something in your nose. That,
No.
okay, buddy.
Just doing that. Also, it says 3 hours. We're done. If I could just add real quick, that's it. That's the end of
We've
the
done it.
subathon. We did it.
We did it.
We raised, let's see. There has been a total of $2,000. Good Lord.
Goodness.
That is an insane amount of money. Yeah, wow.
Oh my. So close to Whisper of Soul again.
I know. So close. 1,000? But yeah. What did you talk about? What's going on?
Sorts of things. Let me go down the list. Creep. The main forest food choices. What I thought of spirits of hell. The lore of Sark's name.
Talking about how
other things.
Negajin talked in Japanese.
Yeah, Negajin can talk in Japanese.
Oh yeah.
It's funny.
I don't know how you do that. Konnichiwa, genki desu ka? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there you go. And also, yes, that is actually a fun fact. Negajin does actually really like Dango. It's like a favorite of his. It's the only stream of us talking together, and we'll never do it again.
True.
Because you'd hope to see us stream together again. Denkaji's evil, and he doesn't like to include me in things.
True.
So he'd never put me on here again.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if this were an alternate timeline, that's how Galaxy would speak. How should I go over the 50,000 things that you're integrated? Your name is integrated into my channel, bitch. What do you mean?
Don't mind.
But it's true, guys. You'll never hear Galaxy's voice again ever on this channel. This is the last time. I'll never be featured. But if you guys do want to hear about him or hear him talk in a video, I actually got him to do it for the ASIM video. You guys can check out if you want. But more importantly, check out the Sark video.
You should have made that one of the things on the Dunathon. Maybe that would have gotten more people to sign. 2,500 Galaxy appears in every stream.
Dude, you know what times I'd have to stream at? My God.
Oh my goodness.
You'd be running it, bro.
Oh my god. Nah. It'd be so cool. Yeah, you stream in the daytime and I stream at night. There we go. Problem solved.
Yeah, man. You just be there while I'm like playing Pokemon or something.
Yeah, you're not even streaming. You're just there. I'm just racking up revenue for your channel, man. It's just free shit.
Yeah, no, people do that, man. Like, you'll just have like friends that hang around and are just like friends of the channel that'll join every once in a while. But yeah, no, you guys will see more GalaxyKnight. Don't worry. I know people seem to like our streams. That's why we came back and we did it. It was just like, Galaxy yaps for a little while. We kind of have like a talking stick kind of thing going on. We'll pass it back and forth, but people like hearing Galaxy. He's very welcomed here. Give him money. I was leading up to that. I was going to see if he had anything to say about how cool he was, but you guys, if you guys want to, I'm trying to buy him this thing. If you have money, just contribute. Um,
Yeah.
so like, okay, listen. He's nerfed. All right, call it how it is. Okay. Galaxy's freaking nerfed in the sense that his laptop is like not letting him do what he needs to. So the thing that I'm trying to fund over time is the GPU, the eGPU on there. You don't know what that is, but yeah, I was gonna I wanted to raise funds for it, but eventually I'll pay for it. But it'd be cool, you know. I think with a lot of he could do a lot of stuff with it. Hopefully, it would be interesting to say the least to see how it would perform in general, right? eGPUs are not really discussed much.
Goodness.
Anyway,
Wow. Yeah, it's definitely a big hardware issue. Like making climactic revelation was like that was painful. It's painful just to get like simple animations out. And I used to have better hardware to animate on before I got most of my experience originally. But I'm glad to anybody who does support. Nobody's obligated to. Donkachi's evil, so he tries to take your money, and now he's trying to direct it to me. Don't listen to him. But
you trying to spin that? Okay.
he's the evil guys.
Yeah.
But
Tell me what you want, but I'm gonna get you that at some point or another, bitch. It's gonna happen. But I think that I just want to see what you would do, honestly. At least your work pace, I feel like, would be easier and also a little faster.
yeah, I'd be able to do things in between other things more efficiently, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing. You know, as life gets more busy, it's the point of me having to retire. It's less possible for me to work on things, especially time-consuming things like 3D modeling and animation.
Oh yeah.
It's painful stuff, but things will get better with time, I'm sure. For the time being, I'm good at making use of the resources I have.
Yeah. When you're, you know, feeling up to it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. Sonic OC. Yeah, Lucian is a part of. I gotta make like some sort of announcement at some point. It's just like kind of been weird because we've been talking about so much NU Prime stuff. I didn't want to.
I mean, I don't mind. You can yap about Lucian all you want. He's technically part of it too.
Yeah, I know. I've just been trying to. We talked about like all the other aspects of like NU Prime, and that story is like kind of big, and I kind of want to give that the spotlight because it's a lot easier to advertise Lucian, honestly. Like in the sense of
Yeah, I got that.
people are waiting for the next part. But yes, guys, Lucian is a part of the Nightmare Universe Prime. He just fits so seamlessly into it, and Galaxy was able to come up with like some ideas, and together we kind of crafted this like, oh, so this is what happens. I wrote pretty much everything that's like in his story. Galaxy is allowing me to write it into this universe. That makes sense. So because the way that Galaxy has written NU Prime, Lucian is able to exist in this pocket universe. There are like these little bubbles. I'd show you a picture, but I kind of described this in the, what was it, the Nihilith video? I think it was.
Yeah, it
Back
was
when he
the
was...
It's the one that drew the diagram.
Yeah. I think that was when it was like Perfected X at the time. I kind of got lost with that thing. But yeah, basically they're like these little pocket dimensions, and Lucian's in a secluded, you know. Oh, thank you so much for the vibe.
Those parodies. I think that's the first time I've seen a super chat asking me a question. That's funny. Yeah, sure, certainly. You didn't have to, you don't have to do. Well, actually, no, you're paying Denkachi, so actually, never mind. Yeah, you should. But
Okay, all right.
at least you're not paying me to ask. Yeah, no, you don't pay Denkachi to ask. Don't pay me to ask. Yeah, no, sure. Anybody can make. My ruling on making Prime content is just make it in respect to it. You can make it no matter what. I don't have any it's not like copyright. I don't really have that kind of power anyways. Make whatever you want, but just my suggestion is don't make hate content. Make content out of positivity and enjoyment and appreciation. And that's it. Yeah, no, if you want to make it, go ahead. Just don't spread misinformation or slander or hate. Or at least I advise not to. Like Denkachi, he likes to do that all the time.
I knew it! I knew you were gonna say that! I'm telling you guys, like, he's slandering my reputation. If he didn't retire, this guy be posting everywhere, being like, Denkachi isn't who you think he is. He's this evil mastermind.
He's like an elitist, and he like hates women, from what I heard. Don't you know, guys?
Well, I mean,
he's like evil. He hates women. You see how he treats his mod
he's
team?
not really evil.
Oh my god, so evil, so evil, man. Gotta let him out the basement. Donate now. In super chat, and you can free his mods.
Donate if you also hate women.
Yo.
Welcome to the ranks, pal.
Oh my goodness.
No, dude, that's how it was. My mods were like, take our women money. You hate women? Ah, let me pay you for it. I'm so confused.
Oh my goodness. It's so evil. I can't believe it, guys.
Oh my god. Was this Galaxy Slander in my chat? I don't know that I'm gonna... Oh, I'm your fixation, yes. I will. Actually. I'm very interested in I'm your fixation. As a creator, I actually feel like I have my 2 cents to throw in there that I will at some point. God damn it. Today's fun fact. Denkachi hates women. Donate if you hate women. I do. No. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I'm your fixation as what?
There's somebody say it was peak.
No, it was 15 years for what? I'm your fixation hasn't been around that long. You're the king there.
No, the EXT community has been around for 15 years. That's what they're saying.
Oh, wow. It's too long.
2011. No, it's been ages.
Sheldon, okay, yeah, my fault. I misunderstood. Yeah, that is crazy, honestly, with like all it persists. You know? Like it's really interesting that such a thing like has adapted into what it is out of such like so many shitty things, honestly. There is so much like negative and a lot of bad aspects and a lot of bad people, and I mean a lot, like more in this community than others. And I know every community has some bad ones, but from me being here and me witnessing this, it's like there's been a lot, but there also is good. I like to take a look at some of the good, and I also believe that you can make good. Lend a Ring was tragic. I'm not too informed. I've only seen the egg video, egg master plan. You guys know him, he's pretty cool. And I like watched that, and it was just a very unfortunate thing for how successful it was, and the thing that it was supposed to represent kind of it didn't turn out. And that sucks, but I still think that there can be good, and that there can be people who just like this silly thing. You know, maybe you like the silly side of it. Maybe you like the cheesiness or the old creepypasta games that were just ass, you know? But like, or maybe you want the deeper psychological stuff, or, you know, the more heartfelt storytelling, like with NU Prime. I still think that there's still stuff to be found here. I think that it's I'm just like horror and the aspect of it, and I like Sonic. So like combining the two, that's why I stay in it. It was just an interesting idea, and I liked the cheesiness of it. Plus, I watched Markiplier when I was a kid. You guys were curious about that. That's how I knew about Sonic EXE. He played the Crimson game, and the rest was history. He came back, and I was like, wow, people really want to know about EXEs, and like nobody's making videos on it. Like, there was such a high demand for people to want to know about these characters, and there was lore. It wasn't like deep, like super deep, intricate lore, but there was something there that could be explained, that people were like, what's going on with this character? You know? Thanks, Friday Night Funkin'. Appreciate it. Um. But yeah, oh yeah, I wanted to say this. Galaxy, have you heard I'm Your Fixation? I don't know if it's up your alley, but
I think I've listened to like when it first came out. I've listened to it. It was pretty good. Not entirely down my alley, but I definitely thought it was really well made.
oh, it's an album.
Yeah, I think I listened to one song. I listened to one song from it when it first came out, because it was like going all over the place. But it was definitely good. I liked the idea of it and how it was like an homage to EXE history. I'm always a stickler for that.
Yeah, and one of the songs that I've listened to actually a few times, honestly, it was so good, was Criminal. And it takes the idea of well, at least to me, content creators and how they're perceived, and how when you get one accusation, you're prosecuted and immediately villainized in the community.
Tell me about it.
Dude, maybe you can get like an interpretation off of it. That's what I got, and that the character in Criminal like represents how you make one bad decision, or you do this one thing and it's completely blown out of proportion. So I really liked Criminal, and I kind of want to add my 2 cents, since I feel like that one's, you know, it's also like how you're spoken for in the community. Like, you don't get a voice once you're in that position. Very interesting stuff.
Instigation, yeah.
Thank you for the money.
I've listened to some songs from Fixation a while back, but I liked the songs. They're pretty good. I don't typically listen to songs like that, but yeah, no, definitely good stuff. I can recognize great music when I see it. Most of DJ Awesome's work is really well put together.
Yeah, honestly.
Speaking of DJ Awesome's the one that gave me rights or approval to put Diablo in a new Prime, so yeah, no, I definitely appreciate his work.
Yeah, you guys didn't know? Diablo Prime. His name
Diablo
is...
Prime.
Wait, no.
Dante.
Dante. Yeah, Dante, yeah.
Dante is his name. He is just a Devil May Cry reference.
Yeah.
It's so funny. He's a chill guy. Old war veteran, retired. His design is one of my favorites of the revamped like crossover EXE designs.
Yeah, he looks really good, honestly.
I had so much fun designing the weapons. Goodness. Very Ghost Rider inspired.
Hopefully we get to see it.
Yeah, he has something to do with Sark's redemption. Yeah, Dante is associated with Sark, yeah. Sark Prime's story. Crossover EXEs. I try to limit how many crossover characters there are only to like where I actually need them in the story. Like, yeah, no, there's no Genesis X. Genesis X isn't in it. Light and Dark Gaia. Light and Dark Gaia they are mentioned in NU Prime. They'll actually have some minor reference. And they'll have a reference in Nightmare Beginning Prime, actually. We'll see them there. Also, yeah, I did not get to that question. I believe I answered that question before, but between Stitch Light and Sark Prime, I don't believe they won't meet anytime soon. That's for sure. Not anytime soon.
Stitchlight kills Sark.
Yeah, no, she does. Yeah.
It's a bad ending. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my god, everybody dies. Oh my god, everybody dies. This is all Dunkati's fault. This is Lucian's fault, isn't it? I blame Lucian. He did it. Lucian, what did you do?
He does it again. He
Lucian,
kills
you
everyone
did it
again. Right afterwards, he's like, "Oh my god, I've killed everyone. I'm gonna kill everyone again. It's happening. I've decided." Another fucking symbiote comes down, peeks out of the portal, and is like, "You want to do it again?" He's like, "Oh yes, actually, I will."
Oh my god. It's so over.
No,
But yeah, no. Stitch and Sark won't meet again anytime soon. Not anytime soon, that's for sure. But keep their dynamic in mind. Let's see. What else did they ask? Is there Blaze in any Yes.
Oh yeah.
Is there Blaze in NU Prime? Let me see. Yes, actually, she does show up. Blaze shows up in, I believe it's Faker Prime's storyline, or I'm actually the one who voices Faker Prime and named him. His name is Revorax. Revorax. So, I believe it's a mix of the word revolt and wrath, just with an X at the end, something like that. But yeah. Blaze does appear there as like a main protagonist in that storyline.
Wait, which one?
Fury of X's side plot called Rise of the Black Sun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Faker Prime's whole storyline. A Saint Solus cover for me? No. No.
Go ahead. Right now.
I make one right now. So, no.
No matter what you say, be the
Why did I retire? Many reasons, honestly. The one, drama. Just didn't want to get involved in any. I've been pretty much clean, just peaceful, but to keep it that way. Two, I'm mostly based in the NU community. I'm like in that side, and that community isn't the most. They aren't always the most happy with my work, so didn't really have any other places to go, so didn't have a reason to stick around. Third reason was IRL life. Despite the fact that I've made a very expansive Sonic.exe series, and people like it very much. Also, people are asking when they're going to get their soap. You should get them their soap, Tenkachi.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me some. Okay. So.
But yeah, so third reason was I have an IRL life.
Nice promise.
A very, very major, like, despite the fact that it seems like I do a lot for Sonic.exe and like the community and the history of it. Unironically, I have even more things going on in real life. So, I'm very busy. Stuff isn't really my life. I know for one thing I notice is that a lot of EXE creators, they kind of make Sonic.exe their life. Like, they make it their everything. And I feel like maybe they're, I mean, obviously I wouldn't know, but I feel like a lot of the times, like, this is their coping mechanism, or maybe this is just all they have. Maybe in real life they don't got too much of a social circle, and out here this is their social circle. Or this is their way of feeling important or famous. And I want to say, it's not the healthiest way to do that. I think that if you've got better aspirations, there's better things you can do. It should be a hobby. You shouldn't get too into it, because the community does have a lot of issues and intricacies, and I advise not to associate yourself too personally if you can. Obviously, some people can't help it, but I'd say be a little careful, be a little mindful of yourself. Don't destroy yourself over something like Sonic.exe. Enjoy what you do. It should be a hobby. It's something that you come to for fun and, to brighten your day, not something that, messes you up or makes life more grueling. It should be your escape, not your entire life or your job almost. Of course, for some people, it can be. Like Tenkachi, he can make it his job. He can make it out here. He's got the circumstances to make it happen, and he's a well-rounded person. He knows what he's in. He knows what he's doing. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot. You gotta understand a lot of things. Be level-headed. Be very careful. There's a lot of depths in between. It's not so simple. So that's just the main reason why that's basically why I've retired for the most part. Life, the community, trauma, some people that are not so pleasant to be around, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I thank all my fans for sticking with me despite that, and for the new people coming in. It's always my goal to inspire other people to do good for not only like the community and their hobbies with all this EXE work, but also for themselves, as people. Sonic.exe, it's a hobby, it's a fun thing. It shouldn't be anything beyond that, it should be something good for people. It shouldn't consume you, it shouldn't drive you to bitterness or toxicity and all that to get too into it. Be fun, keep it simple, and in order to do that, you do kind of have to have a balance with your life. So it's just my suggestion, don't get too into it. Remember, it's just a bloody-eyed hedgehog, and well, it's one of the reasons why I'm retired. It is just that, it's a hobby. It's something I do for enjoyment and to help reach out to others with a positive message. It's my positive message to other people. That's what Sonic.exe as a platform is for me, to promote positivity to other people. So that's just what it'll always be. And that's what I hope to inspire other people to make it as well. Nothing less than that. Try to make it that.
Dude. I got some, like, if I could just say, first of all, thanks, Galaxy. Aw, he's so sweet. But also, I got some, like, hope core music playing in the background that you would hear, like, in edits and stuff. So when you're saying that, it's like, always believe in yourself. You know, you're gonna wake up one day and everything's gonna be okay. You know, like that kind of thing.
No, yeah, now you gotta make a YouTube shorts about the stream. Oh no.
It's gonna be like an edit of like Galaxy's words. Like, that's why I do it. You know,
Oh my god,
I'm
it's
here
gonna
to.
be a short. It's gonna be an edited short of clips from me in my PNG tuber in the video, just saying stuff.
It's so
Oh my
funny.
god.
No,
It's
it's
so
awesome.
over. What have you
But-
done? The music changes when I'm on. No. But yeah, no, yeah. It's like I said, life is short. Make the most of it. Don't focus on. Don't make drama out of like stuff that's supposed to be for fun. I retired because I wanted to focus on life and keep this work that I do here to be purely for fun. You know, it shouldn't be more than that or less. It shouldn't feel like a drag. If it's feeling a drag, then there's something wrong. Either you're doing it like it's a job, or there's something going wrong somewhere. And obviously, you can't always make it perfect. You can't always make it good, but you gotta try. You know, you gotta understand where you're going wrong, where you're taking it too far, where you're taking it too close, yada, yada, yada. You gotta have your boundaries with it, you know? We're all people. We all have lives. There's all nuance. There's all nuance to why we are the ways that we are and how we've come together in this community. But this place, it should be a binding place. You know, we all like the same. We all like the same thing. We all like this cool bloody-eyed hedgehog, who's expressed in 50 million different ways and many different mediums and styles. And we should be coming together as a fan base. That's what a fan base is. You know. People tend to forget that sometimes. It's good that we don't. You should remember that. We're in this together, how it should be. But yeah, I think I've yapped enough about that. To answer that one person who was asking the same question for quite a while, favorite EXE, probably EYX. If I were to like obviously forcibly branch away from NU, then yeah, probably EYX. At least that's one of them. I also really like Scorched, Hog and Scorch. They're a really cool dynamic because it reminds me of Excidiers. Yeah, I'd say those are my top picks. EYX. Oh yeah, and Executor from Bloodscream, which is a much more of a, excuse me, lesser known one. If you have ball knowledge, then you'd know of that one. EYX is probably my most favorite, like mainstream EXE though.
Really?
Yeah, not only just the EXE, but even the creator, their work. They're just really talented and unimaginably humble. Like I genuinely don't see any EXE creators like that. Huge respect for that guy, Kawa.
Yeah, no. I mean, they're like they're a select few, but you be seeing some people out here, man.
Some people in this community.
Some people.
Oh my gosh.
It's me, Chad.
Oh.
It's me. Yes. All right.
It was me. I'm the villain, if you haven't noticed.
Galaxy.
Oh my goodness.
So is Galaxy too.
Oh my.
Well, he actually did voice Ultron,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was real.
Oh my god.
Yada yada yada.
I don't even remember any Ultron quotes. I'd have to like some shit like, I had strings, but now I'm free. Stark asked for a savior and settled for a slave. When the dust settles, the only thing living in this world will be metal. You rise only to fall. You Avengers are my meteor, my swift and terrible sword. I see a suit of armor. Those are just the random ones that Google tossed at me.
I don't know, man. The way that they wrote Ultron, man.
I love how they wrote Ultron. Yeah, no. I take a lot of inspiration from Marvel villains. The way that they wrote the Marvel villain monologues is actually very impressive. Like Thanos and Ultron especially. Good lord. So well done. I was meant to be beautiful. I remember that somebody actually referenced that line to me saying that provision. It does feel like such a provision line to say. Yeah, it does.
I feel like what this is, right? What a new here's my tinfoil hat conspiracy. Galaxy grabbed a bunch of different things that he liked from different mediums and shoved it all into one thing to make a new Prime. He shows Transformers. There's a bunch of references to Transformers, to Transformers.
Yo. Just as he gets an interesting theory going, and then like the hat falls off.
No, but here's the thing, right? It is like, I feel like that's how you make a good story. You take aspects of different stories, mix it, and then it's called the yoink and twist, guys. That's what it is. It's a classic creator technique. Your favorite creator is doing it. It's different than AI generation. If you say it's AI generation, you're wrong. That's just straight up stealing. We're doing here, we're taking this idea and we're building something else. Right?
Yeah. Galaxy built Stark. Galaxy built Stark Prime in a cave with a bunch of scraps. Oh my god, that's so true. Oh my god. Yeah, no. That's true though. That's for sure. When you're making a story, take a look at other successful stories. Look at successful stories that get certain moments, certain scenes, certain concepts and emotions, like they hit hard. Think about what makes them hit hard in the first place and try to understand them fundamentally. Replicate them. That's how you make a good story. Yeah. Who's to say you can't take inspiration from so many different things and mediums? In fact, I would argue that one of the reasons that stories end up shallow is because people only go with one shallow reference. No, don't restrict it to one. Reference everything. Reference all the interesting things that you've gone through in life, all the interesting shows you've watched, all the games you've played, the moments that made you feel emotional and intrigued, that pulled you into them. Express those in your story. A story is often a reflection of the author. So when you write a story and the reflection is shallow, then you're not writing truthfully to yourself, or you're not writing thoughtfully enough. So you want to really put your heart and soul into it, but in a way that pulls from everything that you've seen and felt. You can tell when a story doesn't have the author in it, like their heart wasn't in it. It was just a bunch of kind of just words put out. Call it my intuition as a writer, as a professional writer. I can just read a story for 5 seconds and tell, like, yeah, no, this was just actually slapped together. And a difference between that and a story that may not even be good written, but I can tell that, yeah, no, there's heart in this. I can feel this story. I can feel the person that wrote this. sort of important connection you can make. It's what separates good stories from bad, shallow ones.
Like,
Stories. Yo, I don't condone that now. If you do that, I am not responsible for what happens to you.
no. I think they're angry with racism, unless they're angry that there isn't more racism, which I don't condone that, to be honest.
I don't think I condone either. Don't be angry about racism. Spread awareness. I think that's better.
Spread Make more people
awareness.
racist.
Yo, not like that. Wrong kind of awareness. Wrong kind of awareness.
Yeah, no.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn,
Yo.
bro, I didn't know. God, all right. Spread. Oh,
Dang.
great. Now I hate women. I'm a misogynist and I'm racist now. Thanks,
Oh my
Galaxy.
goodness.
The career is over.
Collecting yet another one of the cancel Doc Infinity Stones.
God damn it.
Yo, it's so over. Oh my god, Dankachi, you can't say that. Okay, I can't believe this.
Dude, this is
How
where
could
the
you call
song
him?
criminal starts.
How could you call that man a clanker?
What?
How could you call Jared?
Whoa. Okay, I never said that. Okay, let's.
How could you call my phone a clanker? It's like so disrespectful,
Good.
man.
I said, dude, the AI, they're gonna hear you. They're gonna hear you. Stop it.
Dude,
You're fucking.
dude.
When AI takes over, you're fucked. Sorry, but it's true.
No, dude, listen. There's no serious. This is actually a thing that happened. There's this dude who works for an AI company, and every single employee in the company are AIs. Like they're all genuinely AIs, like ChatGPT type bots that just communicate to him. And his his boss, air quotes, is also one of these bots, and he's the only human working at this job. And he said the word clanker, and they pulled him in for a meeting saying that's racist. That actually happened. That's a real thing. We're already there. It's too late. We're already
We're
there.
cooked. Yep, that's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap, boys. We're done.
Oh my goodness. Metal Sonic would punch you for saying clanker. This is canon. Don't question my words. That is true. That's a canonical information, guys.
I think, yeah, that makes sense.
Whoa, you can't say that. I'll make you pay for that.
Sonic coming out about AI rights. The clankers have rights too, guys.
Okay, well, we can't say that.
Guys.
These people just have a say in things too.
He's like stuttering over himself.
Yeah.
He
These
doesn't know.
beautiful creatures. They
Oh
deserve
my god.
rights, just like you and I. Come on.
You holy bubble.
Yeah, I feel like it's worse, honestly. No,
How
no,
much
I
more
have a robot friend kind of thing.
No, I have lots of robot friends. You-
It's kind of where we're at. Yeah.
oh my god, yo.
You couldn't be like Omega. You just had to be a one-note jerk.
You remember
Oh
that?
my god.
The IDW comment? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Saga. Yeah, bro. What a
Good.
shout out to you if you get that.
Ball knowledge.
I love
Oh
it,
my
man.
goodness. Yeah, no, I had no idea. I reference that. In Provision's story, he develops an AI that controls all the technology, some kind of master system across all of Demonkind's technology. Won't talk about it too much, but someone keeps an eye on everything.
Yeah. I can't make that joke. It's not
Yo.
bad. It's just it's an inside thing, Chad. You wouldn't get it.
Nah, man.
I mean,
Whenever
like,
I'm on here, all we do, whenever we're on here, it's always inside jokes everywhere.
well, there's only so much that we can say when talking about any crime. Like, obviously, you can leak things and little details because it's a very close bubble, right? You know, like
Yeah.
it's not like a massive stream where like everyone's watching and the information's gonna spread because there has to be more demand, and then that would spiral. But like, it's still like one of those things for like people who are interested. You don't want to take that away from them, you know. So it's like, I can give them just a little bit. So I can't
Exactly.
I can't say. So I've been, my problem with the Lucian story is I started to realize, like, man, I'm revealing basically everything, but now there's going to be more questions, and it's like, how do I go about answering it? Like, when the fire's awake.
It's either that or you just go to Galaxy GPT and say, write me a Lucian story in every single detail.
You've written enough stories, man. You can help me formulate it and translate to a game. Galaxy GPT. Could you turn the Lucian story into a playable game and come up with mechanics? Thank you.
Calculating. Apologies, I cannot fulfill this request for it contains misogyny, racism,
what
flankerism,
the fuck? Dude, that's
racism
on
against
you.
robots.
That's against you, okay? Listen, I came to you asking for help, but you're coming up with the racism. I didn't say that. Oh yeah. Speaking of, actually, not racism, of roboticizing. I thought, right? Eggman's gonna make Metal Sonic, but the secret tidbit here is that why wouldn't Eggman, Lucian's story, make a Metal Lucian to say that he could do better? That he could create this being better? Why would he create, like, Sonic is kind of like a representation, a piece of him, right? So I thought, wouldn't it be cool at one point, right? Metal Lucian comes out of the woodworks and puts the hands on him and is like, kind of like recreating the essence of saying that he could create life. Not only can he create life better, but he can make a better version of him. Because honestly, Eggman, yeah, he's evil normally, but he's just an asshole in this series. He's like the most heinously villainous villain. Like, he goes beyond in this. He's no remorse whatsoever. But yeah, it was just an interesting idea that I had. It was just a concept, so who knows? But I just imagining what that would be like. It'd be interesting.
It would look really cool. It would be like some kind of like starry, like, I don't know, robotic warrior knight thingy in Lucian style. I can imagine that Metal Sonic would be like him experimenting. It's like trying to make. It's like, oh, what if I can like replicate his greatest creation? And then it's like, oh, well, what if I can replicate him?
Mm-hmm.
So Metal would be like the stepping stone, or he would upgrade Metal. Actually, wait a minute. You could make it sort of like Metal Lucian is Metal's is Lucian's like Lucian story Metal's Neo form.
Oh, whoa! Oh my God! Wait, that would be crazy. Oh
Yeah, his Neo form is like a Lucian type design. He like goes all white and everything. Like starry cape. He already has a cape, right?
Yeah.
Starry cape. His head is shaped like a star. You can like make that a lot more like Lucian's head. With the and he has the accents and everything. Yeah, all the pieces of like what makes Lucian design work. They're kind of reminiscent in Neo's design already. Just gotta give it the paint job and a few subtle changes and a more grand, starry aesthetic, and boom, makes for a great idea.
Yeah. Plus, that would be hype because, like, you imagine you're going along with this story, and like, Eggman's like pushed to his limit, and he's like, "All right, you're gonna have to do this," and then he's able to like power up in this like grand confrontation. I think it would be like so hype if you planned it out correctly and like we had like a proper build up to it. I mean, seeing Neo Metal, but to see like just that realization of like, oh my god, that's Lucian. He tried to do it. Yeah.
Tried to play God. No, I tried to make God.
Yeah, literally, man. He was like, losing to yourself, it would be, embarrassing, honestly. Somebody made a better version of you. I mean, that's what Metal Sonic was.
Goodness, yeah. Galaxy, can you DoorDash Tenkachi 500 pizzas? I wish I was that wealthy.
Oh, what the That's what you wish?
I wish I was wealthy enough to do that, but I wouldn't DoorDash you 500 pizzas specifically.
Yeah, it would be kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. 500 pizzas? Good lord, man. What a waste of money. I just step outside, there's just like a bunch of pizzas out there.
Just a mountain of pizzas.
Oh my
goodness. 500 cheeky soaps. Now that sounds like to eat, yeah, to eat, by the way. Yeah, asterisk to eat.
What, the soap?
Yes. We're having a dinner party and we're only buying cheeky soap. Perfect plan, guys.
But I'm not liable. Alright? Just say that here. Okay, you, Cheeky, and myself are not liable if you decide to eat it. Okay, what you do after you buy it is your business. You're not liable. They did just come out with something, though, chat. Some of you might find interesting. If you have any Chainsaw Man fans in chat, they just released the Rise bar.
Reze.
Yeah. Rise.
Reese's.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't say food or else they're gonna want to eat it again.
Oh, true. Yeah, my fault. Poisonous Reese's.
Oh my god.
So, guys, if you want to have the soft floral and sweet citrus with smoky woods underneath, you gotta check it out. Yushiki.com. Dukachi.
Yeah, I gotta learn to shower. It's very important. And being a Tenkachi fan.
Have you never showered before? Me neither. Anyways, get it. Please.
Hey, you. Do you shower? No, me neither. Until I got cheeky.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, dude. The new script that I have is like, how I wrote this and how I announced it was like, have you imagined this character as a soap bar, specifically as a soap bar? Well, just as I have and everyone else, and it's here, or something like that. I don't know. It's something silly.
So funny. Never forgetting the entire segment of Zero's video where you just talked about cheeky soap.
There's a whole fucking descriptive
segment. There's a whole skit for that. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was actually a pretty funny, honestly. Like,
Provision promoting cheeky soap.
Oh my god, what would that even be like? What would he say? Does he smell even?
Well, you'd probably be like, everybody would be like watching this, like watching the video, and then like the entire screen goes black and it starts having like this creepy static, and we just see a centered like eye in the middle, just like peek through it. And then in creepy typed out lettering, it starts to say they were detecting high traces of what would I say? What's a nice way to say this? Detecting toxic fumes in your vicinity. Your methods of self-grooming is highly suboptimal. suggesting new
Shit like this.
prescribing an alternative. Cheeky soap. Enter code Dunkachi now for approximately. I forget how much you get off. 10% off. You have 24 hours to order it.
Oh my God.
If you don't, then it just ends. Just cuts off.
Yeah, the video goes on like normal, like nothing happened.
Yeah, you don't even reckon. You don't even say anything.
So funny. Thinking like a sinister, evil character, like more like a scary character, like Provision, saying stuff like that. It's funny.
Yeah, he just comes in and he basically just says you stink. You should use soap. Wash yourself. He does all that just to say you stink.
I mean, I gotta do it for Negagen Prime, right?
He's literally made of water, bro.
Yeah, like he's literally made of water, and he can change his scent. Like, I mean,
I wonder how he does it. Cheeky son. Chaos magic? Hell no, that shit's overrated. Cheeky soap, that's the answer to everything.
You cheeky honestly solved all my problems.
my wait, is it a known thing? Like, what do people know about Negagen Prime even?
Let's see. Well, I haven't really talked about his storyline, but I don't mind talking about it since I'm in the process of making it public anyways. Pretty much all of his prologue events. I don't think any part of it, Negagen's story, is really secretive. Anything can be said about it.
He's jeez, I don't even know about the character I voiced, to be honest. I know honestly very little about him.
LARPing detective.
Yeah, no. I know. Okay, here's what I know about him, right? I know how he acts and how he responds to things, and it's very easy for me to assume that character. However, to the extent of which happens, it hasn't been really revealed to me, to be honest. We've been talking about fucking Sark Prime, and he's got everything. Got the spotlight. And Exeter, too. I know that maybe his Allfather is his dad?
Yes, Allfather was his actual father.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yes. I passed. And oh yeah, and I know, well, okay, obviously I know what happens on this Mobius, and, well, not exactly what happens, but I know that he's just a fun little adventure while everyone else is like, death, sadness, killing, and mutilation, and fucking creating abominations, and Negagen Prime is like, yeah, adventure!
Yeah. Let's see. Negagen Prime was an angel. Since he was blessed from the royal family, he's the highest born in highest territory under Allfather Prime. He was raised there as a noble, pretty much, so you could say, a prince, in a way, of highest kind. He was a happy-go-lucky and cheerful, curious character. He was always very obsessed with history and knowledge. He became best friends with Provision, who was like a mentor, an older figure to him early on. He would constantly help at the library with them. They had their own sort of educational system, and he would learn. He grew up there. That's mostly what there is to his history. He has the least history. His history is the most straightforward. He was just living a normal life. It was mostly the other characters that kind of came in like a wrecking ball and made the story shift sideways. He met Exeter, which, was a surprise, because Exeter didn't look like the rest of the Highest. but he was taken in by Allfather as well back then. And they bonded, they got to know each other. In fact, when they met, Negagen was being bullied by another highest, I believe it was a guard or something, and Excidier intervened to protect him. Negagen also gets regularly bullied by Stitchlight and Bravelight. Stitchlight is his sister. So, Stitch, Excidier, and Negagen are like a sort of trio of siblings. Negagen's regularly bullied. When Excidier gets involved in the story during prologue, he protects him, and they bond, have a sort of brotherly connection. They get to know each other. The bullying stops, and they become close friends. They grew up together. Eventually, how much can I even say? This is a prologue we're talking about. Something happens. They find something. Something about Allfather. That implies that he isn't the kind and sweet father figure that they thought he was all this time. Including possibility that all the history that Allfather told them about angel kind and demon kind was a lie. And there's actually something more sinister going on in the background. Because they actually don't know where demon kind is. They don't even know where they are. They know nothing about them or what happened to them. So they leave. So things go down. Eventually, they defect. Negagen has to leave his entire heritage behind, his family, the life he knew. Excidier is the one that kind of struck out and declared this sort of war.
What is?
And things to eventually lead them to find where demonkind was being held captive, i.e., where Sark was. They rescue demonkind, Sark included. They have that whole altercation that we know of, the duel between Sark and Excidier. And eventually, they come to Mobius. Excidier comes to Mobius, sets up a base of operations with Nightmare Beginning Prime. And then the other three come, Pervision, Sark, and Negagen. And Excidier tells them, alright, this is our plan. Gonna set out, travel to other universes, gain as much power and ranks as possible. It's evident that through every single universe, Mobius is a very special planet with, strongest mortals that you could possibly find anywhere. Since the demon army is all damaged and, messed up, we need to find numbers in another way. So this is how we do it. Go to other versions of Mobius. We need to enlist everybody there, especially the Sonic main cast, because they're the most powerful characters across each of them. And, they all go their ways. Negagen himself goes off to a Mobius based on Sonic Mania. As he's on his way, they ride asteroids in order to find planets, and travel through wormholes, or world gates, often warp rings, basically, to actually make it to planets undetected. Typically, they kind of take a warp ring through the universe itself, but they don't go to the planet directly. They then kind of merge with an asteroid or possess it in a way, and then ride it all the way to the planet. And then when the asteroid crashes, then they kind of come out their true form, and then they go about trying to do what they set out to do. Negagen, however, he actually gets knocked off course by another asteroid on his way there. Bit of a klutz. Smashes into another asteroid that causes him to steer off course, and he still lands on Mobius, but not where he wanted to, and he was aiming for Sonic. Ended up landing by the Master Emerald with Knuckles. And he also ends up with amnesia. Completely forgets everything. Total amnesia, like quite literally childlike. He remembers nothing. Complete, like nothing up there.
Literally is an anime. Oh my god.
He just straight up has amnesia. And he can't speak fully yet. He just says like one or two words kind of related to the few fragmentary memories he has. So he ends up seeing Knuckles, and he kind of like imprints on Knuckles, like, oh, that's a strong figure, reminds him of Xavier. Oh, that reminds me of my friend. So he follows Knuckles around, kind of like a little wisp. At this point, he's like damaged and hurt. He lost a lot of mass from that impact. So he's like a little tiny little wisp thing, a watery wisp thing, following around Knuckles. Very cute. Like similar to a Chow, but a little more like ghostly and with less circular limbs and more like water droplets. So he's following Knuckles around, and story from there, I won't really go into depth, but basically, it's more of a typical Sonic plot. You know, the Sonic cast, they're going about their business. Eggman is trying to obtain the Time Stones and the Phantom Ruby. I believe, actually, I think it was the Emeralds and the Phantom Ruby. Actually, hold on. Night was the Emeralds, never mind. Yeah, so it was the Emeralds and the Phantom Ruby. So, eventually, Metal in this story obtains the Emeralds and the Phantom Ruby. And obtains a crazy amount of power and transforms into an absurd version of Metal Sonic Kai. And ends up laying waste to all of the Sonic cast. Like, the Sonic cast loses. Everybody loses. And throughout the entire story building up to that, Negagen is like following the Sonic cast, learning about their life, about their ways, being embedded into their story and into their lives, their like morals and virtues. He's kind of treated as like a little like pet hitchhiker type of thing. Young-minded little creature that just follows them around. But then obviously in that final moment when Metal Sonic transforms, it's sort of like there's like a big explosion of energy, and that energy like knocks the memories back into Negagen, quite literally. And it also causes him to like struggle for the emeralds between Metal, and eventually Knuckles gets the idea to, if chaos energy can help revitalize his emerald, like his memories. Sorry, what the hell? If chaos energy can jog his memories and give him a power boost, then maybe he works similarly to Chaos does, because he had a watery appearance. So we thought, okay, I've got an idea. So he hooks him up to the Master Emerald, and that allows him to fully regenerate everything. So his mind, his body, and it gives him a massive power boost. Not only that, but he actually gets super, like on the spot. Like he's the first character to obtain super in like across all of their stories. And obviously, I'm putting it in as much of a condensed way that I can, like unimaginably condensed. Like that's like the 5-minute abridged version of the story. But yeah, no, it's a fun sort of like drawn out, more typical Sonic anime adventure type of tale. Quite literally, it's so funny.
what's he struggle with most? Like, what's his anchor? Like, what's his?
His struggle is pretty much always being the one that's protected by others. When he was in highest kind growing up, he was pretty weak. He didn't understand his powers very well. He was always bullied. And when Exedier came into his life, back then it was usually Pervision protecting him. When Exedier got involved, then Exedier started protecting him. When he crashed on Mobius, it was once again, Knuckles protected him. Then the rest of the Sonic cast, they were always shielding him from Eggman and Metal, because they feel like, well, his nature is similar to Chaos, so they can't let him become a weapon or get involved with Eggman. They can't know of his existence. They kind of hid him away. He just grew tired of being protected. He wanted to be the one that was strong enough to be able to protect his friends. So in that moment, when he transformed and he got his memories back, he kept his memories of the time that he spent with the Sonic cast. And obviously I gave you the abridged version, but in the actual story, he would have spent a long time with them. We would have seen lots of tender moments of him building a connection with all of them. And in that moment, it would hit really hard. It would have quite an impact where Negagen gets all of his memories back, his mind and his powers, and also a massive power boost. And for once, he understands, what he wants to do. He remembers the past. He remembers everything that brought him here, his family, the Highests. He was always uncertain about them, about his place, about who he was, his own identity, especially after defecting from what, he knew of as his family. But he grew sick of it. This is it. This is going to be his moment. He was going to protect his friends. He made his choice. He knows where he belongs now. This is where he belongs. And for once, he had the focus to use his powers at their maximum potential. And that's how Negagen's powers work, by the way. His powers are very unique. They're based on how concentrated and clear his mind is. The more emotional and the more thoughts are running through his head, the more sort of liquid and more adaptable he may look, but his powers are also a little weaker. That's why his design is based on water. The more wispy or even towards gassy the water is, like the states of matter itself, the closer it is towards like liquid or gas, the more, emotionally disturbed and in turmoil he is, and in turn he's weaker. But his powers are stronger when he's focused, and that's when the water solidifies into ice, which is where his super form comes from. Because for once his mind is clear, his mind is stable, there's no emotions clouding his judgment. And this is also a reference to original Negagen, who was pretty emotional and emotionless and cold and quiet. We see that personality when Negagen gets angry, when he's serious. So him going super in that moment at the end of his story is it's like him with everything in mind, everything in his past culminating, and he finally makes a decision of what he wants to be, who he is, where he stands. He accepts the family that he lost. He accepts how life has treated him where he is. And he's going to take a stand for it, and for himself, and for others for once. It's a lot more straightforward compared to the other characters, and that's kind of the intention. He's meant to be the more, I guess, younger, a little more energetic, a little more straightforward, because the rest of the story is deep and complicated. Exedier's story is simple, but has some nuance to it, a little bit of moral gray. Sark's story, very dark, a lot of questions of is it even possible to go back? Pervision's story, super questionable, super deep, super crazy, super dark, super complicated. It's just like, what is even going on anymore? So Negagen stands as the simple side of the story. Definitely still has depth and meaning, but a lot more straightforward and cohesive. Clear, like water.
Wow. Yeah, well said, man. Especially the last part. It's clear, like water.
That is the idea, yeah. Very straightforward character. He's like the basis of how things could have gone right.
This is who I am. Who I'm meant to be.
Yeah,
This is what I'm made of. And then he. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
This
Wait a
is.
minute.
This is
That's copyrighted.
No. It's yoink and twist, you know.
The yoink and twist strikes again.
It's funny that like Metal Sonic is doing the opposite of what Metal Sonic is. Or wait, no, hold on. Negagen Prime is doing what Metal Sonic is doing in Sark Saga, whereas against Metal Sonic.
Yeah.
So like they have like a role reverse.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing that I kind of did at the end of the day. It was very funny. It's very fun.
No, you just like you have like the speech. It's like the same one, and you could like play it side by side.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's so funny. It's a lot of tie-ins between all of their storylines in different ways. It's like I said, Nightmare Universe Prime is a story about multiple different big, deep plots converging into one grand tale at the end of the day.
Till all are one, which is also Transformers, by the way.
Till all are. It's actually OMT Prime that introduces that line to the series.
Yeah, it's Transformers, but it's also a Sonic thing too. That's mentioned in Sonic.
I don't actually remember where.
It's in a song, I think. Honestly, I'm pretty sure.
I think you're thinking about one of my songs because I don't remember.
Sonic Frontiers. I know.
Actually, no, never mind. I think I remember what you're talking about. I think there was maybe.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Sonic 06 is kind of like. Wait, no, I'm reversing it. Hold on. In his.
I think it.
He's ready to go. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going through the rap in my head. It's fucking LARPing right now. I love Sonic. Hold on.
Sonic LARPing live. His world. I don't know, because you could be talking about One Shall Stand, because Exeter Prime does say, till all are one during One Shall Stand, and his world is referenced in that. And Sonic Frontiers is also referenced in that.
Open book in this world. Lies non-existent.
You just start blasting One Shall Stand and just go through it.
No, his world.
You sure it's in his world? I don't.
Anyway, yeah, I think I'm just tired, and I could be, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think any Sonic song says that. You know, if you
Where
Google it,
one is all. That's what I was thinking of. Where one is
yeah,
all.
one is all. One is all is probably what you're thinking of. Yeah.
Same fucking. I'll kill you. Okay.
LARP.
Oh,
LARP.
no.
LARP.
No, Sonic.
All I hear is LARP. You're LARPing everywhere.
No, but I am Sonic.
Oh my god. It's so evil.
All right, that's it. I'm done. That's a wrap. Today, we talked to Galaxy. We got to talk about NU Prime. We're actually gonna end here. I'm tired, which means that
I
that
can tell.
is the end. If I sound like I'm drunk, maybe, but thank you. If you guys haven't checked out Galaxy yet or the NU Music team, be sure to go there. That's where you'll find Galaxy's works and whatever he decides,
Mm,
to reveal what he's cooked up. Um,
evil, evil things.
yeah, and of course, the other NU people that run the account. They might also leak stuff, like me. You don't know. I could be running it.
Goodness.
Okay, let me pull this up real quick. Where one is all. Okay, guys, there you go. You can go check it out. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna end here. Thanks for joining, Galaxy. Any closing thoughts?
And of course, thank you everyone for the time. Thank you, Dangachi, for having me. Thank you, everyone, for welcoming me to the stream. If you'd like me to come back on, then, I don't know, you, wish upon a star, yeah. Maybe. But it's always nice to come on here. I do a lot, but I don't always get a full, proper upfront view of my impact on the community in my face very often. The only times I do are maybe if I go on VR chat or on here, so it's very nice. Thank you all for having me. I shall return if fate allows me, and if situations align, and if done. And that guy over there named Fate.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? I decide, which he will be back.
But yes, it's very fun. I'd love to do this again soon. And go check out both Dun's content, mine, and everybody else who we've mentioned in this video. All the wonderful creators out there. Keep creating and have a great night, everyone.
And stay freaky. All right. See you guys later.